My shit's super. Been always
Check.
Oh yeah, let me.
What you were saying about hands?
Check.
Saying your mom loves my hands,
Check.
and I love her body.
Check.
Are we live?
Yeah,
No.
we live.
No, we
I
ain't
was trying to
live.
catch y'all right in the conversation.
I can't really hear me.
Yeah, me either.
Yo.
Check.
Microphone rec 12.
Yo.
Keep talking.
Yo.
Yo.
What up?
Yo.
Yo.
I think I'm pretty.
Check.
All right, hot mic 2.
I guess we doing it.
Didn't know we were doing it.
Can y'all hear
Yeah,
anything?
hey,
Yeah, I hear
I
you.
think I'm straight. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
We can
I hear
You probably should pull up.
Oh shit, I see.
Check.
Yo. Yeah, no, I think we good. We good?
Yeah, we on.
All right, so I want to tell everybody welcome back to the 2B Fest show. I am your host Johnny P,
Oh, here, real.
It's Q.
and we back. Little Monday edition after hours. We got a live Dreamville report.
Oh yeah.
Coming up. There's a lot to discuss with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many memes niggas got lined up, but we gonna get into it.
Before we do, let's
Yeah,
kind of
that's
get
what-
the Dreamville.
That's what I want to get.
I'm
Y'all wanna what?
interested. Just a recap. I'm
A recap of
interested.
Dreamville.
Yeah.
So, but hey, shout out Jeff. Shout out Jeff in his
that's
in his
Jeff
whole
right there?
in his whole YouTube journey. You want the Dreamville recap? Dreamville, it was cool. This is probably like my 4th time, maybe. I think I feel like it's 4th. The biggest difference this time was that it was cold at night. So like the temperature dropped to like 50 something, maybe like 45, 50. Whatever that dumbass little cold front was, because it's back warm again. But yeah, it was cool. Like it's just a fire festival where I know it's kind of based around my demographic, which is like 30 to 35-year-olds. It's a bunch of alcohol. It's a bunch of a bunch of weed smoke. A lot of performing acts. I think I probably like Jeezy set the best.
But that is the one. I saw Jeezy years ago in the city. He came to Charlotte. I think it was like Summer Smash.
Yeah.
No, matter of fact, we went to Jeezy.
Yeah, we
Years
went
ago.
05.
05. That joke was shit.
Yeah.
Damn, that was
Niggas was getting carried out of there. You remember the dude with the bloody do-rag? He had a white do-rag. They pulled Brody out of there. His do-rag was red. You couldn't even move, bro, when Jeezy came up. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, nah. But nah, he had a fire set. You know who actually I understood way better after seeing him perform with Sexy Red. In which, like, I'm not inside the spaces in which her shit's gonna go off. So like there's nothing for me to really understand when, like, you don't listen to Sexy Red on your phone or inside like your headphones per se. Like that's something that's meant to be outside in the club. And when it was about 3 of them jumps dropped, and you understood it immediately.
It turned up.
Every single time. It was about 3 of them that dropped, and because I thought she probably only had one. And like I understood her. I understood like the shtick that they're doing also with her. And they also have like the really clever marketing right now with the Make America Sexy Again. And like she's running with the whole sexy for president, and like they're playing off of that. They was passing out the little red Make America Sexy Again hats and shit like that. But no, just like her performance, I was like, okay, I get it. This doesn't have to be for me, but I understand the niche that she's going for and where it's working, if that makes sense. Almost got canceled by my by the community for a little bit. They had the women's Final Four game up. USC versus who was it? Iowa, Caitlin Clark and them.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I was kind of like maybe one of 2 people that was cheering for Caitlin Clark. For the day, I was White Queens forever, Black Bunnies never. Just for that, like
Oh,
it was only like for like
I never thought I'd hit a
Hey,
day.
about to wear that with.
it was only for like a 15-minute span, but they hated me. Every time she made
boy.
one, and I'm throwing up the 3, and they giving me that look like that.
Man, you was trying, bro.
It was good. It was a fun troll.
you was
But
trying.
yeah, I'm trying to think. Of course,
The apology.
yeah, the apology came, and I'm sure we'll dive into and give like a deeper assessment of it. But when I tell you, leaving the festival, because that was the last thing he did. He did the apology, and then he performed "Love Yours."
Classic.
And when I say you could hear like a pin drop just walking down the whole shit, I ain't never seen that many people quiet when they walked away. Like
It was
niggas
like-
was just like,
Walking out of a movie where the shit went, you know what I mean?
Niggas
yeah,
was
it was just like niggas was
disheartened.
disheartening. That's probably a
Just
really
like,
good
niggas
word.
was like I imagine that took the air out the whole festival.
I don't know
It
why it made me feel
did.
like walking out.
Like it had to
And
kill the whole experience.
It was so weird because as we was walking, and I think that we were kind of talking, I was like, damn, am I just talking that loud or nobody was talking? Like niggas was just like, all right,
Sad
well,
as fuck.
we just gonna make our way to the car. I say,
That's-
Hey,
damn.
I got a
B.
question because you was there. You was there, and it seemed like he was going on for like a little minute.
On that
The little
his apology rant.
diatribe monologue,
Yeah,
whatever you want to
yeah,
call
yeah,
it. Did you see any point where he might have like realized he was fucking up?
Oh no,
Or
he
he just-
started it with like a statement of like, I know all my boys telling me not to do this right now. I can see him. Whoever like the whether it was like Ebe and Kaz and Jid and all them or whoever
Yeah.
was the people that was right off stage. I was kind of like, no nigga, don't do it.
Yeah.
So he said that this was a very intentional spiel that he gave for a long period of time. And once he started, I was like, because at first I was like, he's about to drop into it and just, you know what I mean, like beat his chest a little bit, like, you know. But then started hearing, and you could just tell by its tone. And then I was like, oh shit,
Shut up, my boy.
oh shit, he's about to do it. This is an apology. He's saying sorry right now. Okay, all right.
Damn.
And yeah, at that moment, I think the sales kind of like dropped a little bit from the whole like the feel of everything, if that makes sense. Because he did perform multiple records off of it. Like he brought Central C down. He brought a couple different cats out. He came out with the Powered Up record. Or what did they call it? Crocodile Tears. I think that's what they got. So I'm like, damn, he gonna finish off with
The diss joint.
and he finished off with an apology. I don't know, fellas. I guess that's a quick little recap. If I think of like some other fun moments that happened, we can get into it. But what is y'all thoughts?
I got.
Mature, corny. I don't know.
I mean, it's a little corny. The one thing I don't like, and the one thing like I'm gonna kind of struggle with is just I don't want that to take away from the music because I feel like the album was fire.
It's so hard for me.
And-
to
and-
listen
Is that
to
an
it now.
album?
It was.
Well, I mean,
You
like,
know we calling it an
It
album?
was
It's a surprise
longer than
album.
an actual EP,
EP,
but he
I
named
get-
it an EP.
Okay,
so
that's
EP
what-
supposed to be
so
7 and under, but
Okay, so EP, whatever.
it
But-
really was an LP instead of an E EP.
But whatever it was fire. I remember Saturday, I was like,
Oh no, it was, bro.
maybe I was talking at work. I was like, hey, I don't wanna say it too soon, but like we may be looking at
What?
One of them classic words.
one of them C words.
Yeah.
Someone from that?
yeah. That's how much I liked it when I first heard it. I'm like, damn, this nigga is rapping.
Yeah.
I think
Like,
he
I was-
out-rapped anybody that's currently rapping right now.
I was
with,
listening to
like,
it
the
all day
consistency of what he
Sunday,
did.
like just back to back.
Yeah,
and then
see-
to hear him do that, I'm like, and it's like now people acting like the music ain't fire. And like you that though.
Well, I haven't heard that part. The biggest debate I've heard is that if you feel any way about him apologizing, you need therapy or some shit like that. They've been wilding on the
Yeah,
internet.
no.
They've
People
been
OD.
going
So,
crazy.
were you done, Johnny?
Yeah. No, that's. I mean, I'm not done, but I'm for now.
Okay, so
Initial
so
take.
for me, I'm honestly like I feel both. I feel the mature and the like, because my thing is, I would have much rather it for us. You know what I mean? For us as consumers, who wouldn't love to have heard the back and forth? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? That as consumers, that's what we want. Like, I want to hear Kendrick respond, and then what I didn't like after listening to it is like, yeah, you can get one off, and I'm gonna take it on the chin. No, fuck the chin, bro.
But my
Like,
thing is,
fuck the chin, bro.
Can I? I just want to interject real quick. I
Go
had
ahead.
seen a meme. I was about to try and say it in there, but I might as well just say it. Where there is a clear difference between a rap battle and a rap beef.
Yes.
Like this wasn't anything where anybody ever thought anything was going to get violent and shit. And that was
I
one of
think
the
that
things
the, I think that the thing is that like when it dropped, and he said he was looking at how it was going on online, pretty much how consumers were taking it, and so it was literally even
Cole, if you
when
don't
it
get
dropped.
your ass off the internet. My
Yeah,
bad.
for sure, bro. Get off the internet, bro. At the end of the day, let us do what we're doing. You just keep doing what the fuck you're doing. You know what I mean? But like, I could see where it could make him feel away because he wasn't trying to like. Obviously, he wasn't trying to murder him. That was
But I don't
pretty
think
obvious.
he murdered him.
But what it was like
jabs back and forth.
and I agree. But I also would say that the level of jabs that Kendrick took during his record and the level of jabs that Cole, people keep saying like, oh, they both was like soft jabs. Kendrick really didn't say anything. You know what I mean? He just said what he was supposed to say. Fuck the big three, it's just big me. That's what you supposed to say.
He had like 3 or 4 lines that was.
Was it
pretty
specific to Cole or was it Drake?
First person shooter is like
Yeah,
J.
yeah.
Cole's the only person that said those words or made that statement in that song.
Right, but that's the
Same-
name
same
of the
diff-
song too, right?
Based off of J. Cole's verse.
Right. I get what you're saying.
So like
I
he's
see what
taking
you're saying.
he's
I see.
taking his work. Same difference with the Stick record. Like he took like the last like bar of him.
That was a direct one.
and
The Stick
that was
one.
another one that directly at him. Then the whole niggas clicking up. Niggas still can't. Pretty much niggas can't fuck with me. Y'all got to click up.
that
J. Cole
Katie-
is also the
Katie
only one that says Big Three. You've never heard Drake say Big Three at all.
True.
Like all those things are directly J. Cole.
Yeah, and like I said, I think that go ahead, Johnny, you got it.
Oh, now I was just gonna say, what do you think? Like, because to me, my initial thoughts, like, what spurred the apology? It couldn't just been the internet. Do you think like somebody might have reached out to Cole, like somebody from Kendrick's? Like do you think
I think
Kendrick?
that nigga was just in his head, bro.
I think honestly, I agree with him 100%.
I got-
Well, he-
Think about it.
talked about it.
As y'all know me,
I got
like
another-
I'm the guy. I'm a guy that like I think in the masculine, apologies are masculine. Like the idea of running off emotion and doing things off emotion, that's more of the quote unquote toxic masculinity.
Right.
So when I think of a man apologizing as a man for something that he felt within himself that he wronged somebody, I 100% clap
He
it up
ain't really
for it.
wrong.
But at the same time, sometimes what you can do is get too far in your head, which I've also done, and everybody be looking around at you like, why the fuck are you apologizing?
Right.
You know what I mean? It was okay. Like you ain't do nothing that was like,
Nobody thought anything was about to escalate out.
yeah.
Or do you think J. Cole might have a Drake type secret?
What is
What's
that?
that?
mean?
You know how Pusha came out with the son, like how Drake had a son, and he basically, when during their beef, he basically like exposed like a really personal secret
What-
about Drake.
I doubt it, bro. No.
I mean, we don't.
Hell
Nobody
no.
would have thought that about Drake until it happened.
Yeah, but I think
Right, but
that was a
and
bit-
that was a different version of a beef also.
It was more personal.
it was emotional.
Well, my bad. That was a different version of a battle. That was closer to a beef, and that definitely is a beef now.
Okay, but so you're saying this is different. So you don't think Kendrick would have escalated it to that point?
Well, I don't.
You never
I
know.
don't know what the bars were going to be, but I know, in my opinion, I don't like. This was a conscious rapper battle.
Yeah.
Like these niggas are.
But then when
About to
Cole,
kill niggas, bro.
I
That
also
nigga
feel
Cole
like
might have been
Cole,
to a Diddy party or something. We don't know.
nah, we ain't going that far, bro. What I'm saying is like I think that Cole kind of felt
Well,
like
he did slap
after
Diddy
listening,
because of Kendrick actually, which is crazy.
I feel like Cole
Yeah, that
like
is.
realized after listening back, like I went a little bit. Maybe he felt like he went a little too far.
Not even close.
You know what I
Like,
mean? When
the
he was
worst
calling
thing
out
he said-
his albums and like was like,
He never said anything was even trash.
yeah, he
No,
Yeah, didn't
like
he?
the, like
He
the
said,
best
like
he
the-
said, the one was tragic, whatever the
To
fuck
me,
that
tragic
means.
means rat.
That kinda
trash.
means trash.
That means trash.
Okay, all right. So
Tragic is trash.
if like the worst thing, if the worst thing that happened in a rap beef was somebody said your album was trash and you ain't had a good verse in 30 months, if that's going crazy hard,
No, that's not going
like
crazy
I'm
hard.
like that, we got to tap out. The
No, what
battle
I'm saying
rap shit.
at the same time,
No,
if you
that's
think
fair.
about it, when you talk about not a rap beef, but what do you call it? Not a rap beef, but a
battle.
rap battle.
Battle.
When you call it a battle, it's like, okay, so if I'm trying to show you that I'm better than you, like how far am I gonna go if I fuck with you? You know what I mean? If I fuck with you, then I'm not.
You,
it's not
you
gonna
let
be.
Kendrick decide that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree. That would have been beautiful
Because
for
both of them
hip hop,
just-
for everything.
It's like both of them, like in essence, this is how I look at it. Kendrick like hit him like that. Cole smacked his neck. And then he said, "Hey, nah, I'm just playing, bro. I'm chill, bro."
Hey,
And
the thing is, it kind of seemed premeditated though, because he named it. Might delete this.
Nah, they've been running that for a
No,
while.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's-
I ain't know that.
Yeah,
that's
he's
been
had
his-
like 3 documentary series.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
his little documentary.
And
And
then
he
even-
also talked about that on the whole little thing.
I thought it was
Dang, I'm
cold
out
that
the
he
loop.
even named it 7-minute drill. Like even if you hear like Eve, when Eve was on, I forget which show Eve was on, but he was talking about like Cole does these 7-minute drills.
Oh yeah,
where
come
it's
out like it's a writing technique.
even with the producers, he'll do like 7-minute drills, and then he named it that. I was like, that's cold. Like
Yeah.
yeah, no, he was coming in, and then it's like, bro, and when he talking about like, yeah, I'm at it's the perfect time for him to be talking to me like this because I'm hitting a point right here
Right.
to like really serve niggas right now.
And I guess like that's one of my things with like the album. It's going to be really hard for me to like listen and enjoy because of like 11 out of the 12 records. It's him saying niggas don't want smoke with me. I'm one of them ones.
yeah.
If you try my pen, I'm a smoke a nigga. And my thing is like he spit the whole album. And again, I am a J. Cole fan, but I also like try and be as objective as possible.
For sure.
And he spent an album telling niggas they don't want smoke with him,
Yeah.
just to find out a day later he didn't
don't
want
want
smoke with
smoke.
niggas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bruh,
Yeah.
God damn it, Cole.
I just wish.
And you left the project that was needed just to make that statement.
yeah.
He barred the fuck up the whole
The
album.
whole joint.
The whole album. He got on the
But I'm
British
saying-
beats and barred
The
the fuck
pie
up.
joint? Is
Got
that
on-
are we calling it pie?
Yeah, pie.
Bro,
That's
But
fire.
he lost his mind on that
motherfucker,
shit.
bro.
Stealth Mode 3001.
bro.
Yeah.
Even the Tenderline, the
Oh,
the
yeah, Swipe Tender.
Come
Like
on,
you
bro. Like,
super glue nigga the way the gun stick to my hand. I don't even.
He had a
tell
crazy Joel bar in there.
bro.
Hey, but my thing is the bars are still crazy. Like
Sure.
how did the apology change the bars? Like
The bars are cool. What I'm saying
they
is that
crazy.
it's the momentum
Sometimes
though.
they
Like,
crazy, bro. They
sometimes
feel
we like
just
to
as
at
fire.
least feel like the person mean it.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
we don't. No,
Okay,
we
you
No,
don't.
we definitely do.
Like you don't. I personally like to
No,
think
we
that
don't,
my
bro.
rappers believe.
The mass majority of people, the reason they like these new rappers is because there's no cap in they rap. Think about all the drill music.
No,
and
no.
stuff.
That's
We're
not
not talking
true.
about-
All right, you
that's-
used the like complete wrong example.
But I'm-
Drill is based off of them young niggas doing dumb crimes and shit,
Yeah.
and then snitching on themselves on the record.
But that's why people like it is because of the.
real.
But people like
Because
the
it's real.
cold joint. People like it because it's like the
Because we believe he thinks he's the best,
and I believe he's
and
still.
he'll test it.
The thing is you're not supposed to. I get why he apologized though, because if something's sitting, I'd have been the overthinker. You know what I mean? I'm the overthinker.
But my thing
I've
is,
done that
even
too
if he
many times.
apologized, he still said that. Just like the drill music, the drill rapper can get on TV and be like, "I'm not against violence. I'm not against violence." Then
Yeah,
go
yeah.
on the record and say, "I got 30 bodies," and we're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, he a real one."
But
even
did
though
did he catch 30 bodies? If he caught 30 bodies and he rapped about having 30 bodies, even if he's like on the news saying I don't want shit, you still believe the verse because you know who that person is and what he's
Yeah.
done.
I will say there's a separation there's a separation between music and the outside that people have when it comes to.
He actually addressed that on the project.
a
He
lot
said
of
it in one
stuff.
of the songs. He actually addressed that exact thing on
Talking
one of the
about
songs.
gun stick to my hand. I don't
That's yeah.
I don't care about lying when I heard that most of these niggas frauds.
yeah,
Once
yeah.
I learned these
I like-
niggas fraud better burn these niggas off.
Yeah, I
bro.
was like, hey, that joke was dope.
Like he went crazy on the
Like
shit, but
I was listening to that on the way over here. Like it still go.
I
like,
honestly was listening to it too.
it go,
and I couldn't push play on the way down the
See,
down the road.
you letting the man stand in between the music. The bar is still fire.
Yeah, nah. I mean, the thing
Listen,
is I hope that he didn't
one-
derail because the craziest things that This was just, I feel like this joint that he just dropped, these
It was
are
evolution.
leftovers. He has this album that he's saying that like this is Jay-Z
But how hard
dropping
is it gonna
Reasonable
feel?
Doubt, and it's, you know what I mean? So
gotta
like
go
this
crazy.
project, and see what I'm hoping, because you know I'm the guy that
Hope he
likes like
talking
the,
that big ball, like the beat my chest talk on it.
well, for me, I hope
It's
he
gonna-
does
it's gonna-
that too, but I hope that it's an album, which he usually gives a, you know what I mean? It's not just one fast or one lane
That
of
nigga
being an
can't tell
artist.
me niggas don't want to smoke with him no more.
Yeah, I mean, he probably
And
can't.
that he gonna ether any nigga that like he brought Benny the Butcher out and killed the
Killed
Johnny
his
P.
ass.
The Johnny
Killed
P.
his
Like this is at the goddamn thing. I didn't realize how many verses he announces that he's the number one. I am the greatest rapper alive at this moment,
Mm-hmm.
and niggas can't fuck with me. And he performed all those verses at the festival.
My thing,
And I'm like,
But
At
like,
the end of the
so you
day-
saying he can't be the greatest if he apologized?
and that's what I was saying. Like,
again, he could be whatever he wants to
He's-
be. I'm telling you,
It's like-
for me,
yeah,
it hit different.
I get it.
It
I
hit
get
different. Like I told you, it's
get
hard
it.
for me to like really care about listening to Joyner Lucas.
After he
When,
got-
when he got smoked by Tory Lanez, I say that's a singing R&B short nigga that did you like that.
I mean, like I say, I get what you said. Tory Lanez can go though.
Oh,
And like
no,
we said, we
Tory
had that
can rap his
conversation.
ass off.
He
I
can
get
fucking go. Tory Lanez can catch. He can catch ball to anybody.
Oh no,
If you slip,
Tory's nice.
you slip.
Yeah,
Tory
and-
can
Tory
and
catch.
be
I get
rapping.
it.
Tory be rapping.
Yeah, but like I agree. Like he kind of just derailed everybody's spirits.
Yeah.
And so it's, I mean, like I get.
But what that got to do with the music?
No, I
I'm saying, to be
understand.
listening to the music.
I'm
like,
still
how
going
that-
to listen to
how
it.
that fuck the music.
I'm
up?
still going to listen
It
to
didn't
it.
change the tempo or the beats or nothing.
Yeah,
none
but-
of the bar.
but
all
you-
the
Bro,
bars.
niggas
you
stopped
also-
listening to Tekashi as soon as they heard he was a rat.
I never,
all
I
that-
never was listening to Tekashi.
All right, but,
Hey,
all right, so hold
Tekashi-
on. Let me make the full point real quick. So Tekashi had momentum, what they call it, motion. Like it was a really big thing. As long as the people who listened to him thought that the shit was real, and he had some really hard ass records. But the reality is that as soon as that shit left and it was facade, niggas ain't listen to that
No,
shit
I
again.
disagree, bro. I disagree. I think
Okay.
people were fucking with Tekashi 6ix9ine like they do a lot of artists who got bad music. They was fucking them because of a
The shit
facade.
was hard.
It's a facade. It's a
I
story.
wouldn't know.
It's the tats that he had.
And
He's
as soon as you find out the
he's a
facade's
star.
a
But it's
dub,
not about the
niggas
music.
get
J.
tapped over
Cole
that
got
one.
real music though, where he don't gotta lean on none of that extra shit to get fans. He can just lean on his music. Or Tekashi,
Right, just don't tell
you
me
gotta,
you
you gotta
niggas
lean
don't
on
want
that.
smoke
So when
with you, you one of them
Tekashi's
ones.
lying and all you got is the
And you ain't
facade,
what he say? I ain't
it's
ducking
different.
the 101. Like that's what he said on this shit.
Yeah,
He
nah.
ducked the 101.
All right, let's
A
go
day
through these
later.
comments real quick. We
Hey, look, hey, I
30
figured.
minutes into
Hey,
the show.
shout out to my brother Rizzy, bro. I was
Yeah.
hoping you was gonna be here in this joke.
All right, Kendrick got until Friday to do the Thanos snap on, bro.
I don't think he gonna do it.
He ain't got to no more. Cause
Oh, you said Kendrick? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kendrick might as well. Fuck it. If I was Kendrick, bro,
I
I'm
would
coming
do
with
it.
everything, bro.
I would go.
I'm trying to
crazy.
make this nigga
And,
right
and
and
again,
come back, bro.
I like Cole more than Kendrick.
Me too.
Like I was rooting the fuck out for Cole. As soon as this shit dropped, I'm talking my shit. I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this nigga Cole and dropped an album that's better than that whole Mr. Morales bullshit while dissing him on the last.
Bro, I like the
And
album, bro. I like
mid
that.
steppers.
Yeah, the
Bro,
mid-
that album is good, bro.
Oh,
I've been saying that for look, every time, bro. I like that album. I'm still cold,
Hey,
guy.
I gotta note that that's yeah.
Bro, the stories he told in that album is like I like storytelling. I like, you know what I mean? I like what do you call it?
I like some Nas
vulnerability.
albums, too.
I like vulnerability. You know what I mean? I like those stories.
I like
those
some
stories.
Nas albums too. But some of them I don't be fucking with. Even though he rap good, that shit just don't be shit.
Yeah,
I
I
wanna
agree.
hear.
Ain't
I
nobody
grabbed the
playing
hard copy.
Illmatic when the joints come around.
I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, like there's a time and a place for all
Nobody
records. There's
Yeah.
a time and a place for all records. This ain't no record that wasn't no record that you gonna play when you trying to
This is
turn
a
up.
better way to put it. That's a funny line, but niggas ain't playing It Is Written in general like that.
Yeah, I mean, and
And
I
it's like
agree,
even though Nas fire ass rapper
for sure.
on there, he got some fire ass raps and stories.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the project don't be really like it don't be doing it.
all right. I agree there. He was talking big shit the whole way through.
Mm-hmm.
The
Who's
karate,
that? That's Wood. Who
um,
that say?
No,
No,
that's
that's
Jeff.
Jeff.
Oh, that's Jeff. Okay, I thought
the
about
karate
Wood.
lines on Power was legendary.
Nigga went crazy.
Crazy.
Like the
on that
last
shit.
maybe like 6-7 bars, he just left Earth. And Daylight and Ab Soul were crazy too.
Yeah,
Ab
that
Soul,
whole track.
like, and
That whole track
Yeah, but
is
then
crazy.
that whole track is crazy. But then Cole also still set himself
Stole the show.
at a different place.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, he
Then-
was doing the things that matter. I don't know if you're familiar with Daylight. Daylight's one of them ones too.
I'm not familiar with
Like from
Yeah.
battle rap to
Legend.
just like he's
He make a lot of
same difference with like
videos,
Ab
too.
Soul.
And you got Daylight
Oh, I
on
know
the
Ab.
album too,
Which is
is
crazy. Like that's
You got
like one
Daylight
of
on
those
the album.
backpack rapper dreams where you gotta bring your A game to make sure you make it out of Ab Soul barring up
Well,
and Daylight barring up
apologize.
on they Styles P and Jada shit going back and forth.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
F apologizing. Kendrick literally said, "Let's get it, bro. It's time for him to prove that he's a problem."
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. What had me in tears though
Hey, shut up.
is
Rizzy.
niggas using the To Pimp a Butterfly monologues to say what J. Cole felt. Like damn.
Oh,
I
I see it.
I'm
That
gonna
sound
find
funny,
it.
though.
Like they've been going crazy on that. It's like five or six different little, all off of To Pimp a Butterfly, like lines and bars that go directly to this moment. Where like I think Kendrick had some shit where he was like don't diss me and then say that you just playing. Like he has like all those bars and shit like that.
Jeez.
And I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, Cole, he was supposed to
Let me
just
see if
keep
I-
it. I understand. No, bro, just keep that part to yourself. Maybe tell him. No, don't tell him, bro. We needed that. This back and forth, we needed it.
Yeah.
We
we
kind of
can
just
still get it though. I don't think.
I
bro.
wanted it
The
to
nigga
reach
talk,
the peak.
bro. He just said if you can come back with one and I'ma just
I'ma
take it
just
to the
take it on the
chin.
chin.
That's the bullshit.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
That's the bullshit. And that, Cole's my guy. But nah, that's the bullshit.
Hey, let me
Oh,
get
well,
a
yeah,
quick
that
ISO.
actually is
Nah,
some bull.
bruh. Come
like
on,
so, he
bruh.
said he wouldn't respond.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he said he wouldn't
he-
respond, bro.
He said it. And let me get the quick ISO real quick.
How
That
about
motherfucker
Like,
fucked the whole festival.
We came in here at I'll put it. I'll even like rewind it a little bit. 12:05 in the group chat. Niggas sent it like this nigga Cole went crazy.
Crazy.
Fire,
you know
fire,
how
fire,
excited
fire.
everybody was
Everybody.
to come in here on Monday and just say how nice this nigga was, how nice this nigga is,
Jeez.
and then
We
last
didn't get- we didn't
10
get to it.
minutes of the concert, this nigga set the whole internet ablaze for the next day. He already had niggas like the whole internet ablaze on Friday and Saturday. Like he owned the internet.
I was
Then
using-
Sunday he said, "Watch this." Just
Watch this.
And that's what he said. All his homies telling him, "Don't
Yeah.
do it, don't do it." And my
Yeah.
thing is, at the end of the day, I'm
you know
still
them
looking
niggas
forward to
pissed.
the album. I'm still looking forward to the album. You know
I
what
do.
mean?
I just hope we
think
go back to telling stories again.
I just hope it's like a
Tell
Nah, he
round
gotta
of
talk
joy.
about this shit, bro. Gotta say like I was like you gotta
Tell
explain.
us the story
this
about
shit.
throwing a rock and hide in your hand.
Yeah, don't do that.
Hey,
Throwing
one thing
rocks
I
in
gotta
glass
acknowledge though,
houses.
if he's sleeping at night good, if he say he can't sleep at night and that's what help him sleep at night, then hey.
Yeah, that'd be the overthinking. I'd be having the same problem. Like literally
I mean,
sitting
like,
in
I
there
hate it,
and
but it'd
going
be
back
like,
and
hey.
forth with like, damn, I did,
no,
I,
and I
did,
get
I
it.
did I really go too far? Did I offend him too much? And that's really my guy. And you know what I mean? That's that overthinking.
And it was
thing. I
the most
understand.
mature thing to possibly do.
For sure.
For sure. But I
Especially-
also say this. Cole has a history of dissing niggas also. I want to know like why he could sleep well at night when he dissed Wale on False Prophets.
Yeah, he said like he felt like 10 years ago. How long ago was False Prophet?
Was
That wasn't
False
that long.
Prophets
It was,
10?
but it's got to be like 7, 6, 7.
But I mean,
Yeah,
that
that's
was a
within
while
that 10
ago.
year-
10 years ago was
he slept
2014.
real good when
I mean, but
he
the
dissed Lil Pump.
the Wale diss was different though, because
And
that
even
was.
No,
when-
didn't this nigga Wale ain't say shit to him?
But yeah,
And
that's
he had the whole internet.
That's what
Hey,
I'm
bro,
saying. But that's
he
what
But he was
talking
also
about
he
you
was
on
also telling him like, you mean it wasn't just a diss, it was also
was
him
trying to
telling
help,
him
bro, like-
exactly.
Okay, just by pointing out all your flaws in front of everybody.
No,
instead of
that's what I'm saying,
Like,
bro.
Wale's whole response was like, "Hey, bro, you could have just called me.
Called
and
me,
said,
yeah, facts.
Why you had to say this to the internet, bro? like we went on tour together. Like we hang out. Like you could have just called me, nigga.
But did he didn't say Wale's name in that track though.
He didn't say his
Like,
name,
but it was
definitely
literally all about him.
for sure.
And J. Cole confirmed it. Then
Even
like, it was,
even on the Kanye joint on
Yeah.
False Prophets too.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he didn't say Kanye West, but you knew who he
And
was
Yeah,
talking
that one
about.
was definitely about. That was definitely about. Yeah,
Why he
yeah.
slept good when he dissed Lil Pump, bro? That nigga just be dissing everybody.
Oh, that's cold.
Go
Hey,
ahead,
I'm
go
gonna
back.
say. I'll say this though. It's Monday.
Okay.
The album still go hard to your boy.
It's hard.
Like I
A
was
lot of
just,
good raps in there.
I was just playing it,
I
and
don't like it's like an album.
after the apology, the music didn't sound no different to me.
It sound different. Well, I ain't listened to it yet.
No, I mean I ain't gonna say like
He was trying to say what he said. He said it sounded
say you
different.
done with it. We done. Go ahead.
I'm gonna try and
We
give it
done
another
with
run.
the
Right now,
apologies.
I gotta let it kind of go all the way through my system because I'm like, I was so hyped to come in here and talk about it,
Yeah.
but then
But you can still
it's
talk
like
about
the
it.
punches don't. And what it is, this is what it is.
I see.
The punches don't hit as hard when the other nigga got like protective headgear.
Facts.
Like if I know you, like those punches ain't even gonna land no more. Like you ain't going in that battle with anybody anymore.
Yeah.
Like we ain't got to worry about anything like that. So to say that or put your chest out like that on the track now, it's like I at least want to believe a nigga really wants smoke.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, we
Go
got
ahead,
some
Tom.
Comments.
Y'all know I'm Team K Dot, but I F with that boy Cole heavy, and I was rooting for his new era of talking, asserting himself, and not taking third place.
And we got to have a bronze conversation in a second.
You said a bronze?
Bronze
A bronze.
Them To Pimp a Butterfly lines aged well.
as hell. Even though I still agree with Kanye, with Cole's statement about the album, it was a good body of work. But I think I ain't listening
Gassed
to
it.
Pimp a Butterfly.
Uh,
When was the last time any of y'all niggas listened to Pimp a Butterfly?
Like yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez.
niggas be trying to argue me. That's a classic.
It's on the Apple Music.
Classics have like a different impact. Like my favorite Cole album is not 2014, but that's his classic. It's had the cultural
Yeah,
impact.
my favorite ain't.
But
Good
the-
Kid, Mad City is his
That's the
classic.
Well, I think
That's not
classic
even my
comes-
favorite project from him.
I think
okay.
classic comes with nostalgia. Like you got to be able to listen back and be like, oh, when that came out, I was.
But
when
that
I
was
hear
a good
the Pimp-
album.
When
I
I
was
hear
just
the
having
Pimp a
a-
Butterfly, like I know, like when it came out, but like I don't really think about like, oh, I remember I was listening to this while like there's no moments that are attached.
But I
to
was
the music.
literally,
We
I
gonna
was
be
literally
alright,
just,
but-
I was just telling my,
Maybe
telling
that one.
old
Maybe
head,
that one, but-
telling old head, I was like,
And I-
or was it? I think it was. Matter of fact, it might have been Tone. I was like, the thing is, like, it's a classic when you know who you was dating at the time.
But that's nostalgia.
But I'm saying, but then also
my
like,
bad. All right, so I guess there's like personal classics.
but I'm
and
talking
then
about like,
cultural classics.
I'm talking about the
And then
cultural
cult classics.
classic. I'm talking about like a cultural classic that's also like, to me, it's not a cultural classic for me if I don't remember who I was dating at the time.
That's what-
It's like one of those
That's
things.
kind of nostalgia though.
It's
That's
not
what I was talking
necessarily
about. That's what I was
nostalgia.
talking
Like what I'm saying is that like if a song is that good or a project is that good, there are going to be specific memories that you had from when it
Yeah.
When it
but let me ask
happened,
you
like-
this: do you think that a project can be a classic that you don't specifically care about or not even like?
I do.
And
I do.
because I guess like
I do.
that's the only other side of that is that like it's shit that like again 2014 I'd be kind of hard pressed to like remember a bunch of shit about it, but I know that that's his classic.
Pastor Troy Stay True is a classic.
That's a cult classic.
Lying by the crib, she living with a nigga. Yeah,
Every
don't worry
time
about
I'm
it. Don't
over.
worry
I don't
about
know
it.
that one.
She
Hiding all his pictures, hiding all his clothes. Don't worry about it.
She
It's all right.
did. She hit his
It's
pictures.
all right.
I
It's
think
all right.
The guy who spit that verse on Pie can't do this without passing the culture off.
without passing.
maybe he meant pissing.
Oh,
Or pissing the culture off.
No, I agree. He left his fucking like he left his body on that shit.
I ain't going fraud. That pie joint made me break my pen back out, bro.
Got to.
And it was funny because I started writing and I was hyped too. Like you know what I mean? I was on the oil again. Like back in the day, I had my mode.
And that's what good raps should do.
That.
Hey, I was playing my friends, both of y'all's music yesterday.
Oh,
Oh,
word,
yeah?
that's what's up.
That's
Yeah,
dope. That's dope.
definitely. I was like, you see them boys? I was like, them niggas be. Hey, don't sleep on them niggas. They be spitting.
That was a time.
I definitely, threw a couple. I put the transparent video on because I.
Oh,
Classic.
you said hey, that's me.
Oh
bro.
no, that.
Well, no, all three of us in it.
all three
You
of
said
us
I'm
are in that
serving.
joint.
Look at me serving.
I wasn't serving in there. That was real.
Oh, that was real
Oh yeah,
serving.
that was me. And that was Dave Brown, right?
Yeah, that was
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Shout
yeah.
out to Dave.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't think Cole has a To Pimp a Butterfly.
To Pimp a Butterfly, but I think like To Pimp a Butterfly is like its own
That's
very
tough.
specific thing because, like I said, it is an incredible body of work, and it's like so unique in its own little space or spot, if that makes sense. But to me, like I said, it's not something I go back to. Like it's a heavily respected body of work.
Yeah, it's a time. It's like a time. Maybe you clean up. Maybe.
I ain't putting it on to clean up.
Yeah, I ain't either. I'm just saying. It's a
It's
time
like super
for
dense,
it,
like,
though.
Yeah, like ain't nobody like it maybe driving somewhere that you got to do something important.
I don't know.
But you ain't. But yeah, you gotta be like on the way to a business meeting. Like you play To Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh, I'm about to.
I'm about to close this fuck out this deal.
I love myself.
But not on the way to do nothing fun.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
And I have a hot. Well, I didn't think it was a hot take, but this might be a hot take. I actually like Untitled a little bit better than To Pimp a Butterfly. I think
Untitled is very slip on.
No, I agree.
because I think
agree.
sonically, they're all from the same batch of records, but you could tell like these ones were a little bit more like I don't know. Like to me, I just end up liking them. Like they're a little bit more digestible, if that makes sense.
Yeah, nah, and I also like the production. You know, it may be the same person, but like just the feel of it. To me, it felt better. Like on
Yeah,
the
like
replay.
levitate. But he had a couple of them on there. I don't know. Is there any parts of this that we haven't touched yet?
I think we could maybe come back.
Was it mature or corny?
I'm gonna say both.
Fuck, I was just.
It was mature for him, but it was corny for us.
Yeah, like as a human, it was like really mature.
Yeah,
I understand.
As a human.
Like you're being
As
like
an
the better
As a
individual.
man.
human, but as a nigga,
Yeah.
As
So
an
what do
individual.
y'all think about this? Like I said, the internet has been saying, and I've seen this so much, that if you are mad that J. Cole apologized, you need therapy. I think like I've seen that like 4 or 5 different times.
Dang.
do you
What do
need
y'all
therapy
think about
too?
niggas putting therapy on conscious rap battles? What do y'all think about that? I want to know.
He ain't like nobody
think-
about to die. Nothing.
I'll say this. I think if you think
That shit
niggas
entertainment,
need
bro.
therapy because of their opinions on rap beef, you might be the motherfucker that need therapy more than anybody.
Projection.
I don't know. I think that like what it is that those the woke people.
Mm-hmm.
They woke.
I think it's woke.
Them
or
woke
I
people
think it's,
be up too late. They need,
and I'm actually
nap.
happy because of 1, 2. I kind of probably all 4 of us are probably like Cole first guys. In which
You are.
yeah,
Oh, okay, I didn't know
he
that.
actually kind of does beat the Cole drum often.
Pause, but
Shit.
like pause.
Jeez,
I said drum though. All right, whatever.
it's just still too close.
Okay. But we can actually come in and have an objective take though.
Oh, for sure.
And to me, most of those commentary, like you can see a lot of people become really conflicted. And just because your favorite did something that wasn't like the flyest shit, doesn't mean you have to just make up an excuse and just find a way.
Bro, did you see? I know y'all saw how it was once Cole dropped the
The
7-minute
Kendrickites was out.
My
Kendrickites
God,
was
bro.
out.
I'm like, bro, come on. Like, let's just sit back a second. Let's just
Yeah.
sit back a second.
I gotta read this comment real quick.
Try to act like.
Hey, shout
go
out
ahead.
Kai.
Go ahead.
A nigga went Dick Gregory on me today because I anticipated a rap battle from rappers.
Right.
Oh,
That's
man.
all I'm saying.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
niggas start putting therapy in childhood, like conflicts and trauma on niggas.
That's
say,
crazy.
God
Oh,
damn.
that's a
Hey.
classic, bro. That is fucking hilarious.
Oh,
That's the
man.
time we live in, though, bro. It's like
Yeah.
that woke joint is just way too.
Ooh, that's the
It
best.
was cool when we was, what was that, like 2014?
Like yeah, like the black self-improvement work.
Yeah, that joint was hard.
Like the ADOS work. Shout out to ADOS. I didn't know them niggas was deep like that too. I don't want to steer away from the conversation. Let we stay here for
I was
a
gonna say
second.
you better be careful, bro. You better be
Hey.
careful.
But what oh, and shout out Riz. Riz another nigga that like he's a
Kendrick
heavy
guy.
Kendrick
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
But he was like, nah, Cole snap. And like the niggas that can do that, I can start respecting your rap opinion.
Exactly.
Like you can't just be only writing for your guy. You got to be able to critique your guy too.
Agreed.
He said it's corny because him and Kendrick didn't have personal beef.
Not that we know.
I agree. Like it was a rap.
I mean, even if you listen to what he was saying in 7 Minute Drill, you can tell that there was no real.
He said, "I love you, but I'm gonna do like I'm." So it feel like I'm like the Nino Brown bar was so fire. Like
that shit. Like, cause I could see that bar.
Yeah,
like,
and like he played it so like that was a fire way to make a rap bar about a nigga that you fuck with.
Yeah.
And like the rap beef was based off of who raps
better. Simply just that.
That's all they ever talked about.
Yeah.
Like,
that nigga
that's what makes it corny right there, bro.
Have, but I'm saying, bro
want.
might got skeletons in his closet that nobody knows.
Ain't nobody hearing no skeletons,
bro.
Unless J. Cole got skeletons or some shit like that. And he ain't want Kendrick. Like I said, he slapped his neck and he said, "Hey, bro, I'm just joking."
That's the sign of a nigga that ain't living right though.
J. Cole ain't living right.
Would be too jumpy.
I don't think
that's
it was
how
that.
You know. Hey, nigga, what's wrong? Like, what you?
I think he on this like overly self-improvement journey.
Yeah. And like I said, I can
he
literally say I've been there so
what do you
many
take that nigga thinking today?
Think about the apology that I had in the group. What, last week? Last week.
About what?
About the last show.
Oh yeah, and ain't nobody give no shit about it.
Exactly. That's me. I done sat back and hit the L a couple times and then replayed them like, damn, bro, you know how you could just start doing that.
Yeah, I forgot about that even.
Yeah, this nigga real ain't hip hop.
Nah, for real though, like no BS, like, and that's why, like, for me, I understand it, you know what I mean? But I think that it for us, and then especially for us, and then the lead up to the album, have a conversation with that, or don't have a conversation with that nigga. Let it just fly for a minute, bro. Let it fly for a minute. Ain't no need to just...
even if like Jay-Z apologized for what was the condom on the baby seat shit, right?
Takeover.
Yeah, but he let that shit ride for a couple months.
Yeah, let it ride.
Then he said, hey, my mama said, even though I fucked and left them condoms in AI and shit, like I gotta apologize.
My mama told me I need to do that.
Yeah, just because I gotta be the bigger man, but I did it. But yeah, my bad for saying it.
Yeah, he should have let that rock for a little bit. Just for us.
At least let us get in here on Monday just to be like, you that nigga.
Yeah.
And then apologize on Wednesday or something, bro.
Yeah.
No,
super ugly. That's what it was. It was super ugly. You're right, Lisa.
My thing is, don't apologize until after the album come out.
Right. I just
wait till
after
the album come out, because I want to see. Because all I could see was Jay-Z getting up on not Jay-Z. J. Cole getting on LA Leakers after Kendrick come up with one, and then Kendrick fire back, and then he get on LA Leakers, a part of the roll out for the album. And he get up there and put the diss on LA Leaker Joan, and then the album drop. I'm sitting here like, oh, he finna fucking put this together, dog.
In reality, I never thought that him and Kendrick would probably engage in like a full form diss as much as like it'll just start coming, like you said, LA Leakers, and it'd be like 3 bars that you know can kind of really fit that person's shoe, and that'd be about it. And then Kendrick could do it, and then like it'd be that. Like I think Kendrick and Drake will probably can get into like the personals and shit, but them two niggas is just gonna like make records about how my albums was better and why your music wasn't better than mine and why I wrote better verses and shit. Maybe the most personal was gonna be like, I saved you when Diddy was about to fight you. Like, what the fuck
it ain't that much.
And then what was you doing at Diddy's house anyway?
It's a great fucking question.
Yeah, I'm scared we getting a lot of comments there.
Okay, keep it running.
Go ahead.
The people talking about therapy and hip hop, dog. Why does competition have to automatically equal toxic?
Because that's
agreed,
all it was, bro.
Agreed. We just in that climate, Riz. If you look at the landscape of how we are interacting with each other, it's just like
that's why they hate that white queen.
They don't want war. These niggas want peace. Jeezy. All right, there you go. With the Johnny, look at him.
Look at Johnny. Want to agree.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, you see my shirt? Hey, you see my shirt?
So he just talking about basketball.
38.
Yeah, he just talking about basketball. My
Keep going,
They don't want war. These niggas want peace. Jesus.
Right. That's a fact.
Maybe Cole looked a couple of steps ahead and was like, if we really battle, I got to get into the shit. I really know about this nigga Kendrick, and he wasn't willing to go that far.
I think that's what Johnny keep trying to say.
That's my thing. Is like when he did that, he left himself open for people to be able to say like, "Oh yeah, he really didn't want that work." And I'm like, bro, don't do that to yourself. You know what I mean? Because I don't think that is, to me, that doesn't even make sense.
And my thing is that he left it at a space where it's up to Kendrick to decide how far it takes.
Yes.
So like, if I had some shit on Kendrick, I wouldn't be worried. It's like, if you force me to do it, then you've already crossed the line. So if I'm crossing that line, it's already a line that's crossed, quote unquote. That to me, that wouldn't be the thing if I'm like the person that's responding.
What do you think Kendrick responds?
See, like, let's get into this bronze conversation real quick. Like, I think there's a space where Cole can cement himself as third place if Kendrick and Drake actually have the battle. And they like both of them have formidable diss records. Like it ends up being like a really big thing. And Cole threw the rock and then ran the fuck home and said, I actually don't want smoke. And the battle was like the battle for the past 10 years has been between these three.
Yeah.
And the moment that it actually arose, only one person gets cold feet. That can kind of permanently, in my mind.
We don't know if Drake got cold feet or not about this one though, because he got cold feet after the last Pusha T.
Well, my hypothetical was that if he does, and both of them kind of goes back and forth, I think that's a really tough hole. Like J. Cole just climbed out of the hole over the past like 3-4 years with his feature run, because before that, most people had Kendrick and Drake in front of him. But he made it so undeniable to where niggas have like publicly, like the Joe Buttons and everybody has been like, no, it's Cole. It's Cole right now. And
you know, I never thought about that, like Cole being in third. I never thought about that until you just said it. Like Alpha, what was that? The album with the DNA and Humble. What was the one before this one?
Damn for Kendrick.
Damn, yeah. Like at that point, I could see where.
Yeah, usually most people say commercial wise, you had Drake, and then. Like if you was like the lyricist, artsy fartsy hip hop head, they usually would gravitate to Kendrick before Cole.
Yeah.
And then Cole was like that next person. But Cole admitted he went on the run because of these niggas think it's sweet.
Yeah.
So he proved it, and he took 4 years to prove the shit, verse after verse after verse, to where it could be tough, bro.
Question, real quick, do you think Kendrick responds?
I hope so.
What you think, Johnny?
I hope so too. I don't know if he will, but if he does, he has an opportunity to like
smack.
Like
this is
he and that's like, what Cole
it's
did.
So many old
Cole
verses.
Put his neck on the line.
Yeah.
And like if Kendrick really want to, he could step on that bitch.
Yeah, no, especially with the apology. Like if he come out and just like really like go hard on the apology, George. Yeah. He could really
step on that nigga neck. And that's, I don't know if,
because Kendrick,
I don't know if Kendrick is that type of, I don't
one
know
of them ones for
like
sure.
He can leave Earth.
Yes.
But do you think Kendrick is that type of dirty, like we've never seen Kendrick like in that type of lane?
What y'all just was telling me how Kendrick don't do nothing but call niggas out and ask for shit.
That was
but he called niggas out on a grand scale. He don't like individually. Like
he literally say people names.
Oh, you know the crazy
thing.
You
know what Pusha T did. You know what Pusha T did to Drake. That's a totally different type of call.
Well, that's because they actually engaged. Like it was mutual, and then they engaged in it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if you get into a fight, you can't gauge how serious a motherfucker take the fight. You don't. You don't know
what. What are you talking about?
So, but that's what I'm saying. That's like I think Kendrick like could really like go in on Cole if he want to.
Well, I agree with that point. Yeah.
It's because like Cole put his neck
but let's go ahead. Now, we'll move
yeah,
on from here. But we'll gotta give Tone his respects for he literally gave his take when we were defending Kendrick.
Yeah.
This man take was literally what J. Cole said on the song.
Well, it was his angle for sure.
Yeah, that was crazy to hear that. Like Tone said it, and then hearing J. Cole say that
fuck Tone take.
Hey, don't hate on it. Don't hate on it. Don't hate on greatness, bro.
Now you stretch Armstrong.
Your mama stretch on.
Let's keep running. What we got next? This is fun right now.
Do y'all think the camp could take a hit from this?
The camp.
Man, I'd love to see JID
And she's
get
saying
involved in some type of
Dreamville
way.
in general. I don't see like the camp as a
I
whole.
don't see him taking a hit.
Because I think like right now,
A JID diss would be crazy.
But that would be crazy though, bro. I would love to see.
I
him
was
get
just saying,
involved.
in like my honest dream world, what I would prefer would have been like I like Drake and Cole as a pairing to battle. I like JID and Kendrick as a pairing to battle.
Oh yeah, you talking? Yeah, for sure.
Like just as a fan wanting to listen,
Absolutely.
because I always look at
Lyrics,
JID as if Kendrick took a different like lane after Section 80.
Or if that nigga was born in Atlanta.
Well, that's not what I meant,
JID
but-
is like an East Coast version of.
Yeah, well, I think that's fair enough though. Because there's so many similarities, but Jid is just like its own unique monster over here.
Yeah.
Just in this area, and all he needs is a platform because niggas aren't actually rapping better than him. But Kendrick can he leaves Earth in that same manner often too.
I feel like, and we're not getting into JID. I think but I think that JID, what he does, I think he, based on his creativity and like the way that he I think that he kind of boxes himself in. He puts himself in a more confined space than he should put himself.
In what way?
In a way of like making a good song.
But he makes work. What is it? Like to me, I think he makes really great songs too.
Yeah, he does. You're right. My brother them, my
brother
sister
them.
them. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I forgot about that.
Like Work It Out.
Cody
was
Blue.
Yeah. Cody Blue. Cody
like-
Blue is one of them ones
And
too.
that's
That's
like,
my
when he
that
goes
was bad,
crazy with the flow shit, but then he can just slow it and make it digestible and tell a fire crack sandwich. He just tells a long ass
Yeah,
fire story.
Facts.
That's another one too.
That was a dub on my head. I'll take that one.
Yeah, let's keep him rolling.
But you will never see none of them apologize. And this was regarding one of y'all. I can't remember what y'all had said. I was trying.
I think she's probably talking about like all the niggas that's ever been in any rap beef.
Yeah.
Ever.
Mm.
Like Jay-Z put the niggas picture on the Summer Jam stage screen. I was hoping he was gonna do that. I was like, damn, it'd be fire if Cole put this nigga Kendrick.
Everybody
on the
was disappointed because they
DreamvilleFest
thought
screen.
like they was already mad about Chris Brown.
Yeah.
And then,
And then
they thought they was gonna come to the concert.
But then niggas got hyped again once the shit dropped. The energy for the fest was back up. I ain't gonna lie. And then this nigga gave us a 10-minute monologue to say I'm sorry.
That's not what they was
That
expecting.
shit gotta
They was
be
like, he
disheartening.
dropped
You
this, he about
imagine
to-
being on
he
stage,
about to go
seeing
crazy.
everybody's energy level drop as you speaking.
Crazy. It's like walking out the movie theater at the end of Shadows.
Kendrick hints at his darkness every
Driving on the boat.
project, so I know he got some shit you can really destroy him with if you know it.
Probably. I don't even want to guess and make
I think everybody do though.
Yeah. I don't think Drake and his writers won't smoke.
Shout out my dog.
Jeez.
Suave.
Drake ain't gonna
Man,
never
F all
do
that. Nigga shouldn't have did that shit.
Hey, I
And
feel
that's
you,
true.
JC.
Nah, that's
See,
fact.
JC, he from that era.
I was thinking
like
about
it
that,
makes me
like-
think about like JC Drumline, in which like it's up every time when you see niggas. We pulling them fixed out. Like we could be like it was a time like if we ran across Cold Steel niggas, all you needed was sticks in it and like the side
Anything.
of a side of a counter.
Yeah, anything.
Like we got served niggas. Like
Niggas
it just
getting
was what it
active.
was. Yeah, it was like active at any point. End of a parade, you just was finding a nigga to shoot at.
Yeah, I be
You know what
thinking
I'm saying? Like,
Looking for a nice fade.
bro.
yeah.
I be thinking about bass drums wanting to battle,
I'm
bro.
posting over here for the fade. Just hoping a nigga stop.
Nice Sunday
Who
afternoon
battling
fade.
bass, bro? Y'all ever seen bass drums try to battle in public without no bass drum?
Oh, they be like
Oh yeah, no, I ain't seen that.
swirling dick.
Bro, that's ignorant.
You're like, nigga, you ain't got no instrument.
Um,
Yeah, where we going? That's all the comments right there.
yeah, I guess I don't know if I have any other commentary from what I've seen on the internet. Like I said,
I said what I got.
it was disheartening. I had to walk on that silent ass walk back to the car with all these thousands of people. Niggas was quiet. Bro. What you say? Disheartened? What you say?
Disheartened.
Is that what you said? Yeah, they was one of them words.
Disheartened. Yeah,
Niggas was like, man.
it's been a long day. I don't know if that's
This one funny. I'm mad Cole did this because now he has his first mark. For Drake, it was ghostwriting. Kendrick was the 5-year hiatus, and Cole ducked smoke.
Right.
That's
Well,
actually,
that he wanted.
that's actually a very accurate
For sure.
description of like the last several years of hip hop. Yeah, that's actually very.
Well, I mean, at the end of the
spot
day, I
on.
think that with the Drake one, that one actually puts you at third. If we talking about just hip hop, we're
Yeah,
not talking about
so,
numbers
yeah,
and sales, and that automatically puts you at the bottom.
That's what I was saying
of
at
the
job.
three.
Like
That puts you at
what's
the bottom of
worse
the three.
As like for a rapper, like a motherfucker ducking smoke or a motherfucker having ghost rappers.
Ghostwriters, yeah. That puts you at the
Ghost
bottom.
writers. No. Like,
Yeah, I'm bottoming
like
you.
when it comes
no,
to true hip
Paul.
hop fans, like one of them is way worse than the other.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
you
For
can
hip hop, yeah. The Ghostwriter joint's way worse.
All right, man. Y'all want to get into the memes or what we gonna do?
Yeah, let's shoot
Do
into
some
it.
y'all trying to
Yeah, we can.
let me get this dub.
Oh, so real quick, I guess let's ask this question. This is also part of the
Think this nigga ducking smoke.
ducking it. I pull a cold sometimes, but
That's fucked up. This
He's
is
gonna
literally
apologize before we do the rock paper scissors.
Drake versus Kendrick. Do y'all think it could be one of those ones, or y'all
No.
just seeing
It's
it
not
as
as
watch?
exciting. It's like
No,
now,
it's
like
exciting.
you got ready to. I don't know. Like you,
The shit like Manny versus the first. It's like Pacquiao Mayweather. It happened too late. I feel like if it would have happened a couple years later, motherfucker would have had more
Earlier.
excitement. Oh yeah, earlier, motherfucker would have had more excitement. But if it's happening after all of this, I feel like it's Pacquiao
It's like a
Mayweather. Like they
settling
not.
for it.
I don't feel like they're in their primes
Yeah.
as much as maybe in 2019.
Well,
If they
I just feel like
that.
it's like we would end
Fair.
up having to settle for versus what we want, which is everybody was, you know what I mean? Everybody wanted that. And it's like,
It was
I
a
guess
conscious
we'll
rap
take
civil war.
Drake and Kendrick. Guess we will. You know what I mean?
But I ain't gonna like completely like downplay Drake. Where when Drake wants to write and rap,
Absolutely.
to me he's the slickest out of those three.
Hey, hold on. Can we talk about some corny shit Drake did? Did you see this nigga post a pen and the pad right next to the Raptors championship trophy? Like
What was that supposed to mean?
that he was writing some bars for Kendrick.
Is that what that meant?
he-
I didn't see
He
it.
posted that like 2-3 days after that disc come out, and like on some tough guy shit. Like he posted that like so
Well, he's went about the response so far pretty corny. Yeah.
like the worst. Like even
Like,
worse.
whatever
than,
he said
like,
on
even
stage,
worse
I
than-
forget what he said.
That was worse than Cole, was that not? 'Cause it
Drake still has an opportunity.
okay, that's true. He hasn't released. He did
So
the
like
corny
whatever,
shit.
like he still has a chance to do something. Cole just said, "You can hit me in my chin as hard as
Well, if you do the corny shit,
And I'm just gonna take
I'm
it.
gonna let you punch.
well, no, hey, but no, I think you gotta do
My
the corny
bad, bro.
shit.
You get a free shot. You ever?
Hey, but no, I think you gotta do the corny shit before you drop the music. You can't drop the music then do corny shit.
Nah, I drop the music and then do it. Oh, you talking
Well, no,
about after?
I
I'm talking
agree.
about after the album.
No, I think that if Drake is still leaving himself with the opportunity
To
to
drop music.
drop the music and it still hit. In the sense of like
Cole dropped
like
the
he
music.
hasn't denounced the beef or like he hasn't did the
Oh,
thing.
I see what you said. I see
In
what you said
comparison,
before
like Cole dropped the record.
that. And then apologize
but-
on the back.
And then
All
did
he
the
had to
corny
do was
shit
let it-
after the music came out. It take away from the music.
But here's my thing: if he just gave it 2 weeks to let it breathe, that'd have been enough time.
I'd agree,
That's facts too.
I'd
Like you
agree.
could have
Just
still
let it breathe
apologized.
and then be like, "Hey, bro."
especially if he didn't respond. You give it 2 weeks and be like, man, you know what, bro? Hey,
And the thing is, you
what
almost
it
seem like you bossed up when you do that.
Exactly.
Like you let it breathe. It's like, bro, I was wild, and that was too much.
nah, facts. I
My
agree.
bars are too crazy. That shit, I need to chill. I gotta chill.
Yeah.
He had to do it. He had to beat the response.
That to me, that's duck and smoke, like they
I
say.
don't know. See, that's the thing. That's what I
That
don't
nigga
like about
only
it.
had 2 nights sleep, bro. That was it.
They only missed 2 nights.
He think that nigga Kendrick a robot. That nigga was writing the whole
Yeah.
48 hours straight.
That's
That
crazy.
nigga had a whole festival one of them days. God damn, bro.
Hey,
All right, so what we doing?
rock paper scissors.
Yeah, I'm out. Get y'all ass up out of here.
Damn,
Get your
I
ass
just
up
knew
out
this
of
man.
here.
This
Get
nigga
your-
Johnny stay with what he gonna do, and
Yeah,
I'm sitting there. I'm thinking like, oh, he gonna be smarter this time.
Hey,
That's
never-
maybe you should be smarter.
Damn, you right. Maybe I should be. I'm like, damn, he gonna be smarter this time. He knows we know what he does. He does the shit anyway.
No, anytime I veer off, y'all win. So hey, I'll let you go first with the memes, though.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Then,
well,
then we'll go Q.
We're
I'll round it out.
we're gonna get a little bit more
Serious.
serious.
We'll
Yeah.
switch gears.
Yeah, we're gonna switch gear. This is totally, you know what I mean? Well, I guess it's over here.
What would we dropping it?
Oh, what was
in
your
fifth?
time? What was your
Sixth?
timestamp too?
It was 109. Give me 109.45 on the Andrew Tate. This was a while ago. I just now seen this interview.
Look at this. This is hilarious. I should send that in. Hey, shout out to 50. 50 know how to handle beef. 50 said, 50 said, what the fuck? How I missed this? J. Cole, call my phone right now.
I was reading the wrong shit.
Yo, 50
Oh, yeah, no, it was the caption at the bottom, not the top.
Oh, okay, got you.
In which, like, niggas, like, 50 know how to drag out a beef.
Oh, 50, no, definitely. Antagonize and troll the shit out of you.
Right. How you bring King Beef in pause? That was wild. That was wild.
No Diddy.
Yeah, that was wild.
Jeez.
Hey, you said what was your timestamp?
109.45.
Okay.
You could probably start a little before.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just had to make sure we got this set up. All right, give me just a second here.
Yeah. I was listening to Andrew Tate. I'm sitting, driving, in the truck, just listening to this interview. This is the second time he was sitting down with the therapist.
Okay.
And he brought up a point that, like, I was like, okay, well, this is just a short little segment of the interview, but I thought this would be something that, we've talked about religion previously. Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into it.
Yeah. As soon as you'll accept anything, then you have no hardcore beliefs. If you have any set of principles or you have any things you believe in, there's going to end up being a barrier, and the people who fall outside of those barriers are going to be offended by it. That's the reality of it. If you have a religion or a belief system that doesn't offend anybody, then it's not a religious or belief system. That's my view. So yeah, I chose the winning team because I think more and more people are starting to understand how important God is in society. This is the first time in human history we're testing society without God. And what do we have? We have evil. Yeah. We have Satanism. We have degeneracy. And I think that most people are starting to understand that God is really needed. When I was young, I used to make fun of Bible bashers. I used to make fun of them. Yeah. And now I'm like, we need more. Yeah. Where are they? We need more Bible bashers. So, yeah, and I guess I certainly feel more powerful since I've reverted, but I always felt powerful anyway. But I guess now, instead of just believing it's the cosmic nature of the universe.
And he's talking about converting to Islam, right?
Yeah, but I mean, the main part that I was talking about was just the idea that this is the first time that we're
any religion
that we're attempting to drive the culture. This is, kind of what I got from what he said. We're attempting to drive a culture that is godless.
But you're talking like when you mean that, you're talking about like outside of just any God, like religion. Like any religion,
I'm saying that like at the American in what I see too is based on what he's saying. American culture was always it always had that underlining
he didn't really
foundation of belief.
Worldly.
Well, I mean,
that's why I was asking if are we talking American and Christianity, or are we talking worldly and like?
He placed it at world. Like this was the first time in the world that we've had this in its evil.
Right. So what I'm saying is I don't know. I don't know what the world's doing. What I can only speak to is more of like where I see it at our level. As far as this being the first time that we can openly see that there are a lot less people who are speaking of God and like the church or anything close to anything having to do with religion. This is the first time where it seems as though we're trying to drive the culture and run the culture absent of belief in spirituality or religion in general.
I got a question though. Like the previous years or generations that we were living with God, was the world absent of evil? Was the world absent?
Well, I mean, I don't think that
of a lot of these things. So it's like
probably worse.
It might have been worse, and the world without God. If our morals came from God and we're no longer accepting that, then the responsibility for our moral compass has to lie on us as a people, where we have to demand better for us, and we have to demand, like, if we're like, we've seen the pros and cons of religion. You know the good stuff you can take from religion. You know the bad stuff that can't come from religion. Right. If we're going to progress as a society, why don't we just focus on the good stuff that can come from religion. Try to take that, leave the bad stuff, and then blend it into a society just based on the good things of it.
I think that sounds good. I think that most people, I can't say speak it. I won't say most people. A lot of people aren't able to play. That's like a lot of people aren't able to be like, everybody can't be a leader. It's like everybody can't be a leader. Everybody's not made to lead. Right. You know what I mean? So it's the same idea that like some people need to be some people need consequences in order to do the right thing. Do you see what I'm saying?
Or maybe we need better leadership. Like if everybody can't lead, and,
well, I mean,
our leaders
what is
aren't coming from the church, maybe we just need better community leaders, better societal leaders.
Well, I mean, and I mean, I'm not signing up for us to like find as a let's say the United States. Let's find a leader. I'm not saying that we should find a human that we should listen to and just be on the no. That's definitely not what I believe. But what I'm saying is the idea is like, and we can. Like you said, there's going to be, as long as we exist, because there's good and bad in us, that's just going to be a thing. There will be good and bad regardless.
So let me ask you this. Where can you point to like an extended society that was based off of religion and that was not and didn't have the characteristics of those same evil tendencies that he spoke of?
Like you said, like the Satanism and
just he said evil. I'm sure if you want to go Satanism, you can
that's what he said.
Well, he did. He listed like 3 or 4 different
things.
He
said evil, Satanism, degeneracy.
Right. All right, so we can keep going into that. Satanism is a branch. Like it's like the is the opposite antithesis.
Antithesis.
No, antithesis of like Christianity. Mm-hmm. So that's a natural offspring that'll exist no matter where that's at.
Right.
So I didn't want to really go into there. I'm just speaking about like the actual other things of it. Where to me, I like when you say like the sound good thing, I think like saying a religious controlled society would be void of any of those things. I've never seen that exist in history.
I'd agree.
And so like to me, when he says those things, those are the things that sound good because of I can't point to a time where any of those things didn't exist and probably at a worser scale.
And what I'll say is that like there probably won't be a time where those things don't exist. As far as the negative things, there won't be a time where they don't exist because as
so is the issue
as
like
human,
religion?
So no, I believe that the with religion, right? There was a level of like the idea of like the consequence. When you don't fear anything, then you'll do anything. So like
we haven't seen that be like that's why I keep saying like we haven't
right
seen
now,
that part ever be a reality.
To me, I think that
what's the role
like
of
heathenism
the
still
justice system?
has always existed.
But what I'm saying,
religion.
What I'm saying is that I agree that heathenism has always existed, but for the especially for the black community, we were predominantly more Christian. I'm not saying that I agree with all of the things that the people in the church house did and What I'm saying is that with that foundation of belief system, there was a sense of morality that I feel like it made the community better. I think that we're worse. As we continue to push the spiritual and religious or whatever, the religious doctrine and gotten further and further away from the doctrine, we've become worse.
And I guess, and I'm gonna throw to Johnny. I'm still trying to understand your framing of the conversation because I guess with him and what he was speaking of, I didn't really place it at like that specific time frame of the black community that you're talking about.
Right.
When it was like that's kind of like 1920 to like 1950, 60-ish. Like before like the big push of like a lot of the like there was a bunch of different religions that had its renaissance during like the 60s, 70s, mid 60s, 70s. But like that's a really specific time frame in which like I guess we can have that conversation. I was speaking more so on the grand scale of what his statement was. But are you saying that you want to speak about specifically that time frame of black people between like that 1910, 20s? Well, it's kind of like a little bit after 1910s, but like 1920 through like that 1960s where you had a predominant Christian base a little bit because you still had like the Marcus Garveys and shit like that.
What I'm saying is that, and I'm not, and see, this is why I wanted to clarify. I'm not talking about specifically Christianity. What I'm speaking of is religion in general. So like the idea with what he was talking about, he's going from Islam, right? He's talking about it from an Islamic faith. And what I use Christianity because there was a time period where predominantly Black Americans were Christian, but it's not so much the religious place where which one you select. It's more of just
All right, so
aligning yourself with
like which religion. So
no, it's not which religion. Just
are you talking
aligning
about like
yourself.
a specific time frame or like in general?
I'm just talking about just as long. It ain't got to be like 60s. No, as long as I've been alive, I've literally seen within my time of living, I've seen the difference between where we were and where we are. And where we were when I was younger, it was almost rare that you would hear a person say that they don't believe in God. I had never heard of that.
But wasn't crime in like all the degeneracy shit way higher than?
But go ahead.
But before you get into crime, and like basically where you was like, you felt
degeneracy.
What?
That's the degeneracy.
Okay.
Crime and degeneracy.
But no, like what you were saying about like consequences, and you feel like because there's a lack of religion, people fear like there's a lack of consequences. But my question would be, what is the purpose of laws that we have in society? If like, because the reason like I don't kill somebody, it's not because the Bible said so. It's because I could go to jail for the rest of my life, and that's what keeps me more so than what the Bible said. It's
Jordan
the
Peterson Destiny.
It's the laws.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna look. I probably
they hit on specifically that.
It's the laws that keep me from like doing bad things versus the religious text. I know the Bible says it's wrong, but what would make you not kill somebody worse? Well, do you think about the Bible? Like if you really mad at somebody and you wanted to do something to them, what would make you not do it? The Bible or like the fact that you can go to jail for the rest of your life?
And I mean that's one of the like more extreme. I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is that like to me, the laws. If we notice, the laws don't stop people from doing anything.
But neither did religion.
But I think that religion, if you actually believe, and when people actually believed, that was more of a stronghold than somebody saying, "Oh, well, you're gonna go and stick down for you."
When are we talking about when people actually believed in? Like,
and I see what you're trying to. I see what you're saying.
I just don't know when.
No, I get what you're saying. When you put it into like a time period, it's like you go 1960s, but then if you say like the 70s, 80s, they're talking about crack epidemic and like there was a lot of things that happened within. So like to blame,
I just don't know when that time was. That's why I keep saying like to me my framing of history is that right now is probably the safest time that we've ever existed. And I think that you can clear see from like, especially if we go inside like between the 1970s and like the like mid to end of 90s.
Yeah,
like what we grew up under, that was a wild time to be alive. Also.
Right, but that's also due to technological advancements. The reason why
the 1990s.
No, I'm talking about where we are now. Like the reason why I can say that you said that we have a safer place. We're in a safer space than we've been pretty much ever.
Crime wise.
Yeah, just crime in general. But I mean that's also what I'm saying is that like the reason why the community was as at the point that like the things that were happening, I think that there were more to the things that were happening than saying, oh well, if they were more Christian then or more religious then, but look at all of the things that were happening then. There were more things that were going on to make people run to said thing versus like now we have the technological advancements that these won't be the same. What
you mean?
The technological advancement. So the reason why it makes why would you try to, if you got cameras everywhere, you're more apt to get caught. They got the RICO, so you're less apt. If you just hear the stories, you're less apt to get into the drug game or get into the gangs, and you're less apt to do these things because of the fact that the technology and the actual legislation and laws have given consequences much more superior than where they were back in the day.
But that's making his point.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but I'm talking about your point.
And what's my point? Your
point was that it was more crime back then when it was more crime back then. I think the inverse that
you're also making my point, where what you went to was the fact that there's a multitude of different variables and factors that actually end up being the reason why. Mm-hmm. To me, I think that typically more than just like religion, and again, religion can help. Like this isn't saying like F religion or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I think religion and or like some like what he said, like a strong belief system in like some kind of a valid moral code can really help people. Mm-hmm. But to me, I think that in any place that I can think to in history, socioeconomics is the thing. So this is like when you could take away race, you can take away ethnicity, you can take away gender, and you put like specific lower class across the board, they're going to commit a bunch of crimes. They're going to like fight for resources that they don't have and take chances. That's always happened everywhere, any point in time. Like these are the things that I always see are the things that translate across the board. And the higher up you get, the less those numbers end up being.
No, and I can agree with like the socioeconomic thing, because I was listening to the guy. He was saying that when you see crime, most of the crime you see is in neighborhoods with like the 500 and below credit scores. He was able to kind of narrow that down, and so I agree with the socioeconomic thing. But I still tend to believe, like, and I understand everything that both of you are saying. I still tend to believe that like the sense of morality. I don't believe that as humans we haven't. Okay, yeah, I don't believe as humans that we have a level of discipline and a level of understanding and natural. It's like a natural empathy for one another. I think that like these things are more of the spirit of God. The spirit of God calls us to go beyond what we would naturally do in our and then also what he would say was like the best to please God, it would be you being your best self. But I think our natural I think our natural instinct is to go towards whatever makes us feel good.
But like in the spirit of that, like because you hear people say like, does the spirit of God come from religion or does it come from like what's inside of you?
Yeah, no, I don't want to go too far into.
Okay,
Go ahead.
But let's just say it comes from what's inside of you.
Right.
Like if it comes from what's inside of you, and like we all got that God in us, then even if we're a religionless society where we're not necessarily focused on religion, why wouldn't we, if we got that in us, why doesn't it come out of us in the moments that we need it the most, even with or without religion?
Yeah, I think it's because we're naturally we're naturally, what do you want to say? Whatever the thing is that makes us feel good. It's like whatever our vice is. It's so easy. Yeah, it's so easy to say like, we could just do it on our own. I just don't believe that we have the discipline. I don't think that. I think that the Creator created us in the way that we would need Him.
But discipline, like, think about the era before the internet. Do you don't think like our ancestors, like these motherfuckers who built the pyramids by hand, how did they not have the discipline? Or think about like all the stuff that's happened in the world, like previous to us being in this privileged position with the technology and stuff that we had. Think about like society and human nature before technology and how much, discipline we had then.
Yeah. I mean, we can agree to disagree on it. I ain't mad at it. And
that's all I got. What else?
I mean, that was all I had on it. I thought it was to be honest.
Come on,
It was
your next meeting, my boy.
Oh, okay. My next meme.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, I just thought it was an interesting. Go to my boy right there in the bottom. I thought this is. Hey, check. My bad. I thought I was getting caught up in the conversation. But yeah, go to my boy right there. Hey, he was totally like.
Oh shoot! I ain't mean to do
Just
all
reminded
that.
me of.
What's happening right now?
I don't know. I don't even know how that just happened, bro.
Oh, I think you just hit. Yeah.
Okay.
But what hit this?
Yeah.
Hit the tab.
Yeah, I don't know how that
That
happened.
was my advice from last week.
Yeah, because you were.
Yeah, we refreshed.
Just
that
listen
motherfucker.
to him argue back and forth with his sister. Bro.
It really does because you could have.
Just because I go back to sleep,
Yes.
sometimes I wake up in the morning and then I go back to sleep. So I did it on purpose.
Yeah, because you wanted to go back to sleep.
I didn't want to go back to sleep. I fell asleep. I was tired. I didn't want to. I wanted to get up.
Then get up.
Well, my body laid me down.
Oh, bro gonna have a long life. He gonna be stressed out his whole life.
No, that
Y'all
is
need to
life
get
right
over
there.
that.
I'm cool. She said I went to sleep on purpose. How do I go to?
He always
that's
does
a
the
fact, though.
truth.
You ever
He never
try to go
tells
to
the
sleep?
truth, and
That
he
shit hard
always
as
makes
hell.
It's hard as fuck when you try.
Oh, but look, y'all, you missed the end, bro.
I've seen this before.
Oh,
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I just thought it was hilarious. To me, that just reminds me so much.
Bro, done.
That reminds me so much of like.
Well, mama
like,
ain't helping either. She just letting.
Oh, this is fun. She know.
Yeah.
She just letting bro go through it though.
That's why she
he
turned on the
weird.
camera real quiet.
Yeah, she did.
The fact, I thought that was hilarious. And then when he just fell down, I'm like, damn.
Like, hey, bro, just lock in, bro. Just lock in.
Even like her running out with the emotion, and then he just,
bro, then
jeez. Yeah. And then let's see. Give me one more, and then I'm done.
All right. Dang, how we gonna come out your folder? What you got?
One more. Scroll up. Oh damn! You could just pick one, and then I'll let it fold. Oh, go to that girl right there, right here. Yeah, whatever she talking about. I think that was cool.
Like with this bullshit of what do you bring to the table? What makes you so great? What are the benefits of getting married in today's society? It's love. That's it. That's all. Like, y'all are so steady trying to transactionalize the interaction between men and fucking women because you grew up in a capitalistic hellscape and it's degraded your fucking mental. Wake the fuck up. You get married because of love. Like, take the fucking win. This isn't the 1600s. She doesn't need to come with 40 acres and a fucking mule. Dude doesn't have to slave his life away to buy you a fucking Birkin bag. If you're getting married for somebody to fucking save you, don't fucking do that shit. It is for love. That is it. That is all. Men and women do not need each other for anything other than procreation and companionship. Pick the person you love that you can't imagine spending the rest of your life without and build a life that makes you happy. And stop acting like they're fucking replaceable. Y'all are so fucking deluded. One little bit of hardship and you go human shopping on the fucking internet like everybody out there isn't fucking smoking mirrors to begin with. Your man is not always going to be up. Your woman is not always going to be your peace. If life is hard, spending the rest of yours with somebody is going to be too. It is fucking work. Cut the fucking shit. She needs to shut the fuck up and suck and fucking cook and clean and he needs to pay all my bills and save me and gabba. It is for love!
Don DeMarco.
Men and women.
Yeah, I thought that was cool when I
She
seen
was
her.
pretty hot there.
She was hot about it too.
Yeah, I think that was.
As you all know,
I like
visited
where she put it at. She put it. She also summed up a 30 to 45 minute conversation we had last week. We missed tone.
Oh, with the love or the won't.
We ain't have a wrap it up, nigga. We started talking about wants and needs for 45 minutes.
Definitely did.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
and then that actually made me think of this one. Just hearing it just now made me think of is Kim?
Yeah.
Yeah, she had made a post that was saying pretty much about like the hardships that like your partner is gonna make you want to leave at some point, but it's the stick to itiveness that you know what I mean. That's very normal, and you know what I mean. I you know that's my whole. I preach that all the time. Like that's literally the thing. It's
Yeah,
what
people
I
are
say
annoying. That's all
for
people.
sure.
I got a
And
quick one in
everybody.
here today.
Even
'cause
you are annoying as fuck to her.
Say again.
I said people are annoying. That's all people and every person. Even you are annoying to her at times.
Oh no, for sure,
And that's just the reality of it.
for sure.
Yeah, I feel like everybody being working today. I can feel the energy, so I'm just gonna throw this one in real quick.
visited the adulthood the other day. Since then, I've received a lot.
Oh, start.
As you all know, I visited the adulthood the other day. Since then, I've received a lot of comments from you all about dishes that I should have tried while there. Though I was hesitant, I decided, why not? So I'm back. Let's try your recommended dishes and rate them 1 to 10.
Before we get into it, I forgot to mention customer service at the adulthood last video. My apologies. I'm here to warn you. Be prepared to do everything yourself. Nobody wanted to help, and I actually got told by a server to go get it myself. Yeah, I'll charge it to a bad day and give customer service a 1.2 out of 10. Go at your own risk.
All right, so y'all said to try debt, try having kids, having a job. Got me another cup of being able to do whatever I want to do. I also got their new dish called naps. They said it's popular, so we gonna. All right, so let's start off with having kids first. Interesting. In my personal opinion, having kids was one of those dishes where you'll really love it some days, other days, maybe not so much. On a good day, I think I'd give it a 7. On a day like today, I think I'd give it a 2. Up next, we have debt. Wow, that is a lot of, let's go for it. Yeah, that's a lot to take in. 0.5 out of 10. That's way too much food.
Yeah,
And they put a
debt.
whole lot of, I would never pay for that in it. Sorry about that, adulthood. I gotta give my honest opinion. Okay, up next we have having a job. By itself, really do not want it, like at all. But with the cup of being able to do whatever I want to do, it was actually pretty okay. By itself, I'll give this a negative 1.5 out of 10. With the cup of doing what I want to do, I'll give it a 5.5. It'll never be ideal. Combo of the two is pretty nice if you would like to try it.
As for the couple being able to do what I want to do, I had already had something to wash down having a job. It's still here. But this time, I had to bring it from a 7 down to a 6. I don't know if somebody else made the drink today. This time, it had a weird aftertaste of consequences mixed with a bitter taste of accountability. I did not like that too much. But once again, maybe it was just a bad day.
Last thing we have today are naps. Save this one for last because according to them, this is their best dish, their best seller as of recently. Let's give it a try. Tastes like they seasoned this with some guilt. Yo, gotta stop eating this. For real. I'm gonna go high and give that one a 9.8 out of 10. Like, it's up there. The only reason that is not a 10 is because you eat too many of those and you definitely gonna miss something important. For sure, you're right. Overall, in my opinion, I just think that I'm not the target audience for the adulthood. Like I said, everybody's taste buds are different. A few of you came in the comments and said that you went and got a side of the sugar daddy or spouse with the having money plate. You reported back that it was good. Glad to know that they have options. But in the end, I hope this video reaches its target audience because it definitely was not me. I'm sorry, adulthood. I'm sorry. Y'all be safe out there. God bless you. Have an amazing day.
Nah.
Yo, that joke was
This
hilarious.
is this is really good. I thought that was, I forget what his name, something Keith.
Oh,
And Keith Lee, in which I thought that was like an amazing parody of the thing. I would say I probably rate the naps a little bit lower. Just I don't really be liking naps like that because if you take a midday nap, it hurt to get back up. And then you gotta like it takes so long to get that grogginess off. If you get a good midday nap, like that grogginess just weigh on you for a long time, and then you end up fucking around and being up till 1.
That's the only part. Like honestly,
you like the grogginess?
I rarely
I don't
no.
fuck with that
I don't really be
That's
groggy.
it's to be an up till one that fuck you.
Yeah, that's the part right there that fuck you up. But like that nap though, I ain't gonna lie. Like I rarely get a nap, but I done had one.
Guilty.
Yeah, I done had one.
Like I could just be doing something better, bro.
Hey, but that cup of being able to do whatever you want to do, that was the one.
Yeah.
And a bell. You gotta have a bell.
Yeah, the bell. Do what you want.
All right, who next?
So cute.
Okay. Let me see. Go to my messages first. Maybe I gotta
do better than I did. That first one was a dud. I was supposed to be more pre-planned. That was more of an unpacked type conversation. Try to get that motherfucker off of the meme.
What you talking about? The Andrew Tate?
Yeah, the Andrew Tate. Well, like I thought it was cool. Like it was dope to seeing it, but yeah, it just didn't, play out.
I thought it was good. Oh, it didn't run the way you wanted it. Yeah.
I didn't actually. It was. I didn't plan on like.
But all right. So I will say and this will be like my very serious moment for the podcast. Want to give just a rest peacefully to Tyreek. Again, amazing father, husband to my first cousin Misha, in which I grew up with, like literally pretty much my sister, and like I said, great father to his daughter Princess. Easily one of the most humble, chill, down to earth people. Like I've never even had like an issue, a tiff, an argument, or anything with him. Like in all honesty, like he's always presented and been in every situation that I've seen him, like literally the exact like chill, just you know what I mean, just like I'm just chilling, type of person. And will say like I'm really glad that over the past year I was able to kind of reconnect with him. Like we was able to spend some time out. It was some festival they just pulled up to and just hung, and then like the next day they came over here. And again, like why I have this on the podcast, like he came over here. We had a cookout for the podcast, in which he was on the grill cooking.
On the grill.
And so like I said, I definitely want to say rest peacefully. My deepest condolences. And yeah, gun violence, like it just sucks. Like unnatural death just sucks.
Yeah.
And the way for him in which things happen extremely sucks. And like that's a wife without a husband, that's a daughter without a father. And like at times sometimes we lose grip of like the immediacy in which life is. Like some things is here and then you just don't know what can change. And like this, like Tariq, there would have never been a moment where I thought that the way things happened would have been like how things was written.
Yeah.
And like again, like that's one of those things that ends up like it has to humble me because like, bro, like you can be walking in your house at your front doorstep and evil meets you there. And which like, yeah, like very, very sad, very like just one of those tough things to kind of like just process. Especially when like it's someone younger than you that was still full of life. Like I said, I've only known him to be a great father, a great human being, a great person. And yeah, like I said, I just want to make sure I address that and say like my deepest condolences.
Yeah, we love you, Misha.
Yeah.
Nah, for real. Like,
bro,
I only know bro a couple times, but the few opportunities, I got to meet him. Definitely, made an impression. Just like say his spirit, the humbleness, his ability to just, a lot of times it's a lot going on over here. It's not like an easy place to, come in and adapt to. And bro did it, gracefully. Again, love to Misha, their daughter. That was a beautiful family, and now it's it's no longer whole. And this that sucks. And like I said, I don't know what happened, but we got to be better.
Senseless gun violence.
As
I think that's the easiest way to put it.
As a people, we can't. We have to be. We just have to be better because you can't say you like we for the people, and then stuff like this continuously happen. There's people within us that aren't for the people. If stuff like this is continuously happening, so like rest in peace, Tariq. And it just sucks, but we got to be better as people.
Yeah. So again, that just like I said, we can kind of have a little bit more fun, but I felt that it was definitely appropriate for me to at least have that conversation, or not conversation, but just give my condolences. Again, Misha, I literally grew up with, like literally my sister. So we'll go a little lighter. Let's start with Kanye. This is a quick one.
All right.
Gotcha. That one was the tone. I felt like that's funny. Like him resurrecting, like there's no like backhandedness to that.
Oh yeah,
like it's the idea of like him resurrecting, like the idea he was dead and he's like, gotcha, I'm back. I thought that was like such a funny little witty little thing. Scroll down. I'd like to get into it's a white man right there with the hat, right beside Candace Owens.
Is still worth it, research finds. Of course, college is still worth it for some people, but we need to change the narrative and give our children options. When I grew up in the early 2000s, you know what my options were? You go to college, you work the trades, or you become a fucking loser. Those are your three choices, which is incorrect. There's actually 300 options that students should be made aware of. But they don't want to do that. Why do they want to push college so much? Because they want you to drop $60,000 and give 5.5 years to your life. That will work for some. Who does it work for? Those who know what they want to do. Those who have looked at what is this going to cost? What am I going to make? What is my net pay? When will I have this paid off? Is this what I want to do? Should I take the risk and do this, or should I go do something else and then come back to college? There just needs to be more open conversation. I'm all for college, but I'm not for the narrative that if you don't go to college that you're going to be a loser. That is so wrong in our narrative, and I know millennials are going to feel the same way. That was what we were pushed. You have to go to school, get a good job, work your way up. Times are changing. We need to give our children options. We need the options because we have the opportunities today. We have more opportunities than ever in human history for work, and we need to provide those opportunities to our children and not stuff college down their throat. College is still worth it, research finds. Of course, college.
React.
Yeah, I guess I thought he was going to jump off the cliff. I didn't know where you was going with it. I know how we had a previous conversation when one of our guests here, I can't remember.
Oh no, I'm still for kids going to college first.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
You said first or personally?
I think that. Let me see how I can frame this. If you know for sure what you're going to do and you have like a really legit plan, then I say, no, you don't need college. I say no, you don't need college.
No, I'm saying at 18, like how many people actually legitimately know what they're gonna do?
Right, but that's my point.
Okay.
Like if you do, like,
so it's not for most people.
What, not going to college?
Yeah, going to college is not for most people.
So I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
Okay, say it again.
So what I was saying is that for most people that don't know what they're going to do, what they want to be, like like XYZ,
mm-hmm.
I don't think being like at home with no guidance after 18 is the best thing for you. Like if you know you want to be an electrician, like maybe that's like the trade within your family. Mm-hmm. You know you want to be like again, like a vocational skill set, whatever, XYZ. But in general, even with student loans accounted for, if we're just speaking about like best advice, and advice that I would give my kid first would be go to college. And I would always recommend STEM field, of course. But over the lifetime of like a person's life, college earners, I can't remember the exact statistics, but they do supersede all when it comes down to like career earnings instead of if we're just talking about like general advice. Of course, like I said, if you know what you want to do or you have guidance or you know, like, I want to be a plumber, I want to have like a actual vocational skill, I think you do not need college at all. If you are the majority of these people that's out here and like you don't really have like structure and guidance, that degree is probably going to be way more beneficial than not having it. That's my opinion. And statistics show.
Yeah, I mean, I just based in my and it was weird. You said that if you don't have a plan, go to college.
Yeah, that degree probably is going to benefit you.
Well, I mean, you
like if you have if you know you want to be an electrician, or you want to do concrete or whatever it is,
mm-hmm.
You're not blowing in the wind. You're not wasting 10 years at Target.
I see what he's saying.
Yeah, no, I say if you don't know what you're gonna do, I would definitely before this is just my experience. I definitely not in a time of war, but I definitely would push the military over college. I would definitely push the military over college if you don't know what you're gonna do. There's no need in going to get in debt when you can make money. You might as well make money and get your school paid for free while you're in college if you should choose school. You know what I mean, I would definitely not do that. But and then
black boys to the military.
And then say it again.
I said I personally don't know about sending legions of black boys to the military.
What's legions?
Like if that's the first.
Somebody said it, but not. Somebody did say, but not in a time of war.
Yeah, I said not in a time of war. Exactly. Yeah, I said that for sure.
So to me, if that's the first recommendation, that would mean like a good part of black boys would be going to the military.
Well, the number one thing I would say is that figure out the trade, because like figure out the trade. It's not like you don't have to know all of what you're gonna do and have a concrete. No, just find the trade. I think that literally, I believe that.
Sounds like a nigga with some guidance.
Well, I mean, just hell, if you want to be a truck driver, you ain't necessarily got to be guided to it. You can just go and say, I want to drive a truck.
How many niggas know that they want to be a truck driver? Usually truck drivers kind of end up getting into truck driving a little bit later. After they might have had some bumps and bruises. I don't know any 21-year-old truck drivers.
I would agree. Predominantly, they are older guys, and they usually do it on the back end of like fucking up. I agree. Like they do it on the back end of like, you know what I mean? I agree with that.
Right, that's what I'm
But
saying.
even-
Like you can again, if you know, like there's some people that have like fathers or family that are in the trades and they understand that. I'm trying to keep niggas from like the the 7-8 years that ends up being a cycle at Walmart or at like a literal dead end job where again like getting like to me in general, I went into college thinking I was gonna go here, ended up going there, and my career ended up being there. But that journey through it, all the dots still connected. And I think most people are that where you don't like knowing what you need, what you want to be. 18 years old, you probably don't. I think most people do end up finding themselves and who they want to be in college though that have went to college.
I think that's the big thing. I think a lot of the things with college isn't necessarily the academic, but the experience, and you get to learn yourself in a world full of your peers,
in a safe space. That's really
in a safe space in a world full of your peers. Where after that 4 years, you're never going to be in a space like that. You're never going to have that opportunity. So you get to learn about girls. You get to learn about like responsibility, time management, social skills, how to deal. There's so much stuff that comes along with just the social experience of college. I also think like if you don't have a plan, I think we should treat it like some of these foreign people treat going to college. It's a tool. So if you're going to do it, there's certain majors that you should only focus on. You shouldn't go to school and get a humanitarians degree because there's no job that can come. If you get an engineering degree, there's a direct job. If you get a pharmacy degree, there's a direct job. Right. Business or finance, like there's direct jobs that you can get. Now you can also go to school and major in English. And what the fuck is that going to help?
Shit.
You just going to know a lot of books. And you ain't gonna have no direction when you get out. So I think people need to stop treating college as a one-size-fit-all solution to what you're going to be in the future. There has to be more intentionality to it.
For sure.
But there is a place for college in our society, definitely.
Oh, I'm not saying that at all. One thing I will say is that the dope thing is that we're getting to a point to where our children, a lot of these children growing up, won't be first generation of going to college. Their parents would have at least tried it at some point to where they can actually see that, no, okay, I've lived this, so this may not be the way that you should go, or this should be the way you should go because I've experienced it. And we have a bit of a more knowledge based on what this actually is versus our parents who may have not, most of them weren't in college. As a matter of fact, a lot of them got degrees after we went to college, you know what I mean? Later in their life, they got degrees and actually didn't go off to college. Because my experience was definitely what the boy that was already teetering in high school, drops out, you get to GD, goes to school, doing the same type of shit, meeting the same type of people where you can find that group of people.
Perfectly for you.
Yeah. And
I think that most people would advocate for your scenario to go to the military.
You know what I mean? We also, and I was just looking at it because I was wondering like what percentage of, you said you was talking specific to black men, you would say, which I agree with STEM. I say everybody. STEM is the way to go. If you're going and you're not going STEM, I feel like you probably about to just accrue a lot of debt. It's probably. But then I was looking up this. It said that this is just from 2010 to 2016. This was the most recent that I could get.
2016.
Yeah, they said that the African American males that actually graduated from college after going is 40%.
Okay.
So
I'm mad at that.
Which that's fairly decent. That's fairly decent. That's, you know what I mean. You would. My opinion is I definitely wouldn't. I'm not one to push for college. That's just my opinion. I don't push for college. My kids are so young now, but I'm not going to. I don't feel like that's I would definitely rather, at least not my son. For my daughter, I think if she, the college thing, that's why I defer there. For boys, I would say like get that
I think it
trade.
should be more beneficial for guys though, because a lot of guys, especially black men, we're not coming from a space where we get to be in like safe spaces to grow with one another, like a college campus can give you. Where like a lot of times if you're
that's crazy.
That's actually a really interesting point.
I didn't experience that shit in that way. So my experience was just different. That was my first like marijuana charge. That was my first time getting in trouble with the law. Period. Was in college.
But
like
I
especially
think
like
your
with the
college-
HBCU.
But that probably would have happened whether he was in college or not.
Your experience
That would have happened whether he was in college or not. I don't think that happened
Possibly
because of college.
Well, I don't think so. I don't
Well,
think so because I was like working. When I was home, I was just working a job.
So you don't think you ever would have gotten to some of the same things that you got into in college?
Possibly, but what I'm saying is that when you're able to get into this clique of guys that have that same similar experience, and you're able to find what quote unquote your peers in this negative,
but
you know
a lot
what I mean?
of time there's growth there too. There's
Well,
some
that-
negative
but I
that
mean,
comes
like-
with it, but there's a lot of growth that comes
Let me
because like
comment
I
real
still
quick.
tap in with a lot of the guys that I met in college,
Mm-hmm.
and we were in college because we were on a different wavelength than a lot of the people that we even
Yeah,
came
but all right,
from,
so
a lot of the places we came from.
But there's also like a spot where there are like the niggas that will catch charges and do dumb shit and get kicked out in college.
For sure.
In which like all those crowds do exist for sure. Like it'll be like wild to pretend like that doesn't exist.
Right.
But I will also say when you speak majority wise, I think you have an atypical college experience. I don't think yours is really normal at all. Like if you polled
Well, not even just mine,
50
but also
people.
look at like how many kids go to college and get DUIs, which they probably would have
I
got
don't
that back
think a
at
lot.
home too.
I personally don't know a lot of people.
I definitely it wasn't like uncommon.
Trouble
But
didn't
that's
start
also in the
coming.
military too. They do the same thing in the military.
Yeah, but like I know
That's the same thing.
DUI
That's just a
after
young person
college
thing. I don't
but
think
yeah,
that has to
I
do
don't
with
really.
college, military, whether you don't do either one of those things.
Was
I
it a
think
lot of like drinking and driving?
that
Yes.
is going to happen with young people, period. No
All right,
matter what
let's get
situation
into these comments.
you're in.
What black boys need are mentorship programs. In high school, I was a part of the Kappa League. They paired us with black professionals so we can learn how big the world is and what we can achieve.
Agreed. That's guidance.
Tara G, she said, my husband is a welder, blacksmith, and electrician, among other
Caked up.
things. He loves what he does and makes great money.
Caked up, gotta
Right.
be.
There are certain jobs that AI just can't do.
Facts.
I agree with everything she just said.
And see, the thing is, well, you also have you heard
Hey, we
about the
got one
study
more,
of like?
Tone, we got one
hold
more.
on, real quick. You heard about this? The jokes that like these bigger companies are like scrapping the college degree. I know that like Wales, Apple was another one.
Yeah, it's been
but it's like pretty
what
much
you're-
this thing is like. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you're talking about like so the spaces that you're talking about are skill specific industries. So for example, if I do coding, there is a 17-year-old coder that has way more information knowledge than like a lot of like 23, 30, 40-year-olds. Just because like in what you start seeing is that the degree and certification doesn't matter if you get the job done when it's a skill specific thing. And those are usually like those things. So I know Apple is specifically like one of those things. Like usually any coding job now, it's not explicitly that you need a degree. Like computer, like what is it? Like a coding degree isn't really that important because of all that's teaching you is like the basics.
But what I also see is like I seen when at the bank, right? So I seen like kids getting jobs at the bank at like 19, 20 years old. So like they would get in the entry level position, right?
Yeah.
At the entry level position. Let's say those kids, those very same kids go off to college and then they say, I guess the typical student, is it typical that they do 5 rather than the 4?
Well, I don't know
5 years in college versus 4 years.
I think
Generally
4 is what you're.
Although you're striving to do 4, but I'm saying the majority of people do 5.
Especially if you switch majors.
Yeah, just which is generally happens. A lot of people do 5.
A lot of people do.
So, so
Yeah,
you're saying so like imagine if I go from graduating high school at 18, at 19 I go into the bank at an entry level job, then I have 5 years of being at this job and all this learning, and then you done went to school and accumulated all of this debt. You accumulated all of this debt. While now I have 5 years. Well, but then now I have 5 years of experience.
Come out of school and still be your manager.
No,
with that 5 years.
no. The majority of the times that person's going to come out of school and do a job that has nothing to do with what they were doing, which is not going to be based on a degree. They're also not going to be managing because they have no managerial experience. They're going to start at an entry level position at the same to get the experience to get the job that they can qualify for
like
with the
talking about
degree.
somebody that like got a humanities degree.
Oh yeah, somebody that does college.
I'm talking about
wrong.
generally what
You do
we'll
college
see.
wrong, that will be your
Generally
experience.
what we'll see, we got a lot of like because I wanted to go for like sociology, psychology. When I went to school, that was what I was gonna do. You hear a lot of that. You hear a lot of business. Business is like one of the number ones in our community, right? Within the past few years, business has been one of the number one ones that we go into college for, which is absolutely unnecessary. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it is.
Well, I mean,
but usually like people that go for
pretty
business
much
get the MBA though, right?
Well, I don't know. I was
Like, that's what I
I
used
pretty
to
much
hear,
finished my bachelor's in business, and I probably will finish it just because I'm so close to finish it. But like, I mean, it literally.
But let me ask you this. If you're playing the corporate game, degrees don't matter when it comes down to the ceiling?
No. What I'm saying is that at the end of the day, so what I'm saying is that going to college right out of high school is the part that I'm talking about. What I'm saying is that you can go to a good job will actually help you pay for college. Like at the bank, they have programs to help you pay for college so that you can obtain that degree that will push your
ideal situation.
I thought that's what we were talking about.
But real.
No, to me, I'm only giving advice for the mass amount of people.
And the advice
that's why I said, like, if you have guidance, like mentorship, like you can like finesse the game in all kind of ways. If you are a first generation, like anybody, like if you are going to be a first generation college student and you come from a low income area space XYZ, I'm going to advocate for you to go to college. I'll probably advocate.
I guess it's the way to get out of the scenario you're in. I get it. I get it.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. Like,
especially if your parents don't work inside like real industry, and like y'all are low income for like the reason of like literal, like the like where and what your parents are doing and have done. I like, again, above any of those things, I probably would advocate for college.
So like,
because you ain't got no guidance, and you'll just end up working at fucking Target.
Let me ask you this: do you think that like 4 years out of college, you didn't go to college, you just been working and like living still? I can imagine still living with your parents, and you haven't really gone out and experienced. Do you think 4 years of that is equal to like 4 years like on your own, trying to live and figure out like how to be an independent person outside of your family? Like I think that's the part of college where like even if you went right after high school,
really
when you come back, but you have the experience.
But I'm talking about like the social.
And you grew.
What I'm thinking about
it makes you grow more than just staying at home.
The person I was at 23 when I graduated, and who I was at 18 is.
Oh no.
Like,
If you leave and go to college for 4 years, say you go 4 hours away to college for 4 years and stay there, you're gonna grow more than the person that stayed in their hometown.
Possibly. I understand what you're saying. So like what I was thinking is like, okay, so you're going off and you're it's not like it's mandatory that you get a job there. You're pretty much not paying any bills, so you're pretty much just living for free again.
I prefer to go to college and not get a job.
So I'm saying no. I definitely, if you do go to college, and especially like for my children, I would definitely. What I know my experience was that I pretty much should have had a fucking job. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been doing what I was doing. Because I was the type I wouldn't ask my parents for nothing. We didn't have it. So I would walk without a coat in the winter. You know what I mean? So like,
do you think that that's like an atypical? Like, oh my bad. So let me ask you this: so the advice you're giving right now, is it specific or really broad?
No, it's not specific to my experience. It's not.
So like you're giving like general statement.
Yeah, this is to me. This is I use myself as an example, but I am not talking about like because of I was a fuck up, then you should do what I did. No, that's exactly what I'm saying.
And I guess what I'm saying to build to that is that every time you describe your college experience, it's extremely atypical.
Yeah, I understand. Like most of the guys don't. You know what I mean? I dropped that G. My whole life has been atypical.
Right. So
I get that.
We're talking
and I
about
guess you're
like
giving you're giving a general point while like describing your experience.
What I'm saying is that like outside of the stuff that I was saying, as far as like going to what I've seen people do this, and this is like literally like this is the answer based on what I've seen actually work better than the people that went to college. Like I said, 40% of them don't even graduate. Then imagine the percentage of them that do have the degree that still after 4 years after college still ain't doing something that can actually get them their own place 4 years after college. So my thing would be
statistic backs up anything that you're saying.
Well, I mean, I just said 40%. That's I just looked at that. But then I'm saying 4 years removed from college.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that like if you have some college, you still earn more than people that never went to college. Like inside like a broad statistical sense. That's what the data says. If you went to
And
college
I
and got
think
a
that's
degree,
just based
not,
on
not,
experience.
not specific to the
Well, it's
fact.
probably based on just it's like the mindset of the individuals. Like, because what college, I see what the biggest thing college means is even like people that really did, it means that you completed it. It was more of like a maturity in completing the thing that you signed up for. You was able to do this for 4 years and commit to it versus
Even the people
I think
who
it's just a
didn't complete it.
prerequisite for certain doors in spaces. Like it only like it's certain like humanity degrees allows you the entry to like certain spaces, like on a general basis when it comes down to like a lot of just like work shit. I don't think that it especially if like you said, if it's not STEM, it's not going to be explicitly going to be something that's going to get you up out of there. But I
about know one dude that got a degree and it made a difference. My homie from the military. Matter of fact, he was in the military. I'm talking about
I
my
have a degree
age.
and it makes a difference.
I mean, in your career field, you having a degree didn't mean you were getting a job.
My degree allowed me the ability to like be in my career field still.
So I'm saying,
like a lot of times it ends up being a lot of baselines to it.
Hey,
so what you're saying? So in order for you to get your job, that was like on the Jones. It was like a requirement that you had a degree.
Bachelor's, yes.
A bachelor's degree in anything.
Yeah, most jobs just say
a lot of jobs you have to have.
Okay. So that was on the minimum requirement. So you wouldn't have got the job otherwise. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, I mean, so you and then I got my homie Will. He's an engineer. He went to school with engineering. So that just made sense. I can't think of anybody else that I actually know and most of my homies are doing well. That their degree made a difference.
But you're talking about like working in your field in
I'm
comparison to like that being a reason why you have the job.
Even in your situation where
bro, y'all can debate this back and forth all day. We need.
But I'm saying, but like, let's hit the
but
comments because I feel like we kind of.
Yeah, so sad they took shopping mechanics class out of school. Leading our they said so sad that they took shopping mechanics class out of school.
No, facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Leading our community to college is leading them into a burning building. Entrepreneurship has always been the way. Our ancestors were business owners, tradesmen, etc. I dropped out of college and became a realtor at 18. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Jeez, you murdered the game.
Murdered it, but that's
God damn. That's definitely not atypical. That's fire.
You said that's not atypical?
Yeah, I mean, what it is what I'm saying is that's really atypical. That's really atypical. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of people that try to be entrepreneurs.
But we also talk about like to me, I'm always giving advice to the masses of black boys and entrepreneurship at 18, ain't it?
Yeah, no, I agree. That's why.
And then like if you look at the major amount, like the highest percentage of entrepreneurs, like it's so many. Whether you go crash, burn, fail, or you can't employ anybody at all. But go ahead.
No, Johnny one.
Well, no, I was gonna say we need to stop talking like entrepreneurship, and we just need to start talking a bit like if you're 18, trying to say I'm an entrepreneur, you probably not gonna be that. But having a sustainable small business, that's an achievable goal for you, and you might be able to do that without like. I think sometimes we get caught up in the entrepreneurship is the clout, and you want to look good.
You just described entrepreneurship.
But I'm saying a lot of people do it. A lot of people are doing it.
Small business is being an entrepreneur.
But a lot of people are doing it just for the like. They're not doing it to actually get better in that business. They're not doing it to actually learn about the industry that they're going with. They want to do it so to say that I'm doing this, I'm gonna get some likes, and I'm gonna try to get on the internet and see if people gonna buy from me. But they're not actually taking the step.
But like
even on that level,
if 3 to 4 times being an entrepreneur before they succeed.
I was about to say, even on that level, if they're trying to do it, then they're learning and they actually are experiencing it. Like you can't fake being an entrepreneur, really. Like you can't fake being an entrepreneur. But
I be seeing women online do it all the time.
What I meant by that is like if you actually doing the work and you actually have a business, you can't fake like the.
I feel like when you talk about entrepreneurship, that's the person who's been successful at small business.
That don't
if
mean
you're not successful at small business,
not necessarily.
You're not really an entrepreneur. You're trying to get into that. But when I think of entrepreneurship,
I have to make a baseline of dollars in order to say I'm an entrepreneur.
Or he don't count it. He ain't talking about like everybody. He just saying what he don't.
I'm like,
I ain't saying that's the idea, but I'm saying if we're talking about entrepreneurship and what's good for the thing, it has to be successful small business. You can't just have a nail company and just post you doing nails online.
But
you absolutely can though.
Yeah.
They are technically.
I ain't hating on nobody. The To Be Fair show does not hate on anybody's entrepreneurship.
I think there's power in a diverse economy. And if all our entrepreneurs are in the same field, that's a problem.
Yeah,
And I think
I don't know. Like you moving the conversation to somewhere.
Yeah. I would say like when you're a young entrepreneur, you know what I mean? If it
Go to college.
No.
All
I would say get a job so
Go
you
to
can
college.
fund your business.
And the crazy
venture.
thing is, if you do go to college as an entrepreneur, you have a built-in
your
like,
your
audience.
customer base is going to be on campus.
Yeah, I watched a lot
but
of
I'm
successful
already
entrepreneurs on
60,000
campus.
in
You're right.
debt.
That's where a lot of them launch.
I'm already
from. I know a lot of
60,000
them.
in debt though.
You just focus on having a good product.
It
Focus on
sounds
having a
good, but then
business
what about
plan.
when I get out?
Focus on
When
executing
the
the small thing first.
There's
before
so
you
many
try to
different
go
things
big.
the snowball starts from like just the student loans themselves. When you get out, they want their bread. So then 9 times out of 10, most of us go and get a car payment, right? Most of us go and get a car payment, which is the number one reason why the middle class, well, the fading of the middle class, which is the poverty line. Bruh, it's a lot that goes into that whole scenario. That's why I'm against it. It's more than just like, go ahead, Tone. You got it.
Kids should take 1 to 2 years after high school to gain as much real world experience as possible. If after that time they find a degree helps them achieve their newfound goals, go for it.
As long as you got guidance.
I think deciding on college should depend on what each kid wants to do. I went to college for a very specific degree. Just pushing kids to college when they don't know what they want to do.
No, that's facts.
Leaving kids in low income areas without guidance is fucking crazy too.
Yeah, no, that's why I understood your point right there. Like that leaving them in, especially black men, black boys in those low income areas. Like you going,
get your ass up out of here.
You gotta get up out of here.
Go learn. Even if you come back, at least you went somewhere else for a little bit.
You got exposure.
I can't even fraud. Like even if it wasn't for me going to college with that short time that I did initially, I wouldn't even have been able to go to the military because I dropped out of high school, got a GED.
So you agree with us?
Well, no, I don't agree, but I'm just saying I dropped. You talk about my experience is atypical, but I'm just saying I dropped out of high school, ended up getting my GED, went to college with the same people that was graduating from high school, and then if I wouldn't have went to college and got the amount of credits that I got, I wouldn't have been able because they weren't accepting GEDs without college credits into the military. So I literally had 0.5 over what the minimum requirement was to get into them. So that definitely was a blessing.
Too, nigga. I ain't listening to you.
It was a blessing, but I was fucking up, bro. I was about to.
If you would have not turned in one of them tests.
Hey, no, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've been blessed. Like for whatever reason.
And the lesson is that we've learned: don't try and rob the pizza man. Go to the next time.
Definitely don't try and rob the pizza.
Don't rob the pizza.
Don't rob the pizza man.
Also, when the government got involved in college loans, the cost skyrocketed. Coincidentally, that coincides with when they started pushing everyone needs to go to college.
Oh, it's definitely a money play. Definitely a money play.
Leading kids blindly to college is leading them into slavery. In econ, they teach you debt slavery. College loans are the biggest debt scam ever. The cost goes up while value of degree dwindles.
You know what I mean? How long people be paid? People pay for student loans their entire life.
That's ignorant.
Them niggas pay them joints their entire life. You know what the interest rate is on student loans right now? And then most of them have more than just, it's not just one loan. They usually have, they broken down into like 4 different loans. You talking about 6%, 4 to 6% on each of those loans at the same time compounding. They pay them shits their entire life. You can look at what the average student loan payment. Hold on, that's a crazy number.
We're not advocating for stupid financial decisions to get.
Hold on, bro. Most of us black boys have to get student loans. We talking about black boys. We're generally going in and getting loans.
But there's also the thing.
I mean, that's probably true. That's not my.
It's true. But there's also the fact that the Pell, like within FAFSA, those same black boys get an exorbitant amount of financial aid. They get just multiple grants. And of course, like to me, I also would advocate to be a good student and be able to get scholarship. But like for me, I know even my freshman year, without scholarship, I was going to Central for free. Like I had like the grants and all that shit lined itself up to where I was good.
You had a band scholarship too?
Yeah, but it was short. It was short. It wasn't nothing crazy.
Yeah,
but like everything lined itself up to be free. It was I was fucking up, so I ended up going financial aid my second year, in which that's when I ended up having to get student loans and shit like that. But also, like, there's certain things that I don't advocate. I don't advocate for people to go out of state unless you got a scholarship.
Facts.
Because that's when the number goes way.
But that's when they gonna tax your ass.
That's the big difference. If you're in state,
and don't go to them private schools.
Yeah,
because that's what I did. And you know, Livingstone's a private school,
right? And
they got the fuck off.
Livingstone, Benedict in South Carolina is a private school.
And like this is where like it's like you can advocate smartly. Like if you're going to a public college in state, like your student loan can be fairly decent. Like you can probably make out and be maybe like $20,000, but like
I ain't mad at that. $20,000 over 4 to 5 years. I ain't mad at that. They say that the average student loan monthly payment is $503 a month.
I don't know anybody that's ever been paying that.
Well, I know.
That's
I
like the
got a
white,
couple of.
Oh,
nah.
What's the difference between like it's reason why like they don't do income for spaces by average. It's because like the wealthy like skews so high.
The average.
Okay,
yeah, I think it's median. You probably want to look up median for that.
Just to clarify, I know that we seem like we probably should be moving forward. Go ahead, Tone. What's the comment? With the comment?
Yeah, let's go.
Most jobs say that, but I have literally hired thousands. We will hire those without. The interview is where you impress us.
Mm-hmm.
STEM degrees make sense. Many of these degrees people are getting these days are a waste of money and honestly are a red flag if someone actually has one. There are some nail technicians that actually literally do that, have a small business and make a killing on YouTube vids doing this.
Stop hating on them, Johnny's nigga.
Hating on folk hustles.
Also, I got my barber
and they ain't gotta be Asian.
Also, I got my barber / Cosmo license at 18 before I went to college. There was multiple plans, all of which helped me at some point in life.
That's fire.
And it said the average federal student loan payment is about $302 for bachelor's and $208 for associate's degree completers.
That's still average though.
And when I looked up median,
hey,
so they just gave us two different numbers. That was stupid. But go ahead.
We're doing the show.
But
we'll get back.
Hey, go real quick to my messages. Unc sent this in. I thought this was cool. And we get off it. This is super quick. This ain't like nothing thought provoking or anything like that. Go up to the drummer. He said that being the fact that the show is like mostly drummers on average, this is just an interesting little thing.
Oh, got it. It's a YouTube video. My fault.
I did. I played drums in church before, so I count too.
He said before. What they got you off of that quick, huh?
I was a substitute drummer.
You played one Sunday. One Sunday. Oh no, it's Hicks, right?
I think that is kind of fire.
No, that is fire.
Yeah, it is.
That is fire.
Oh, that's just coming from the sticks.
Yeah, I thought the doubt. That's fire.
That's super cool.
That's some shit that I grabbed just off the string.
The bass pedal instead.
Do.
Yeah, that joke is dope.
That was it.
All right. Johnny, what you got?
I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna roll through mine really quick. Cause I had some more, but I'm gonna just stay brief.
It's a Monday, bro. That's
it's a Monday.
I feel the Monday, bro.
Let me click my boy Kobe and LeBron over there. It ain't gonna hit as hard right now, but I gotta get it off.
Cole stepped on it.
I got Cole fuck this shit up, bro. But I had it in the game plan, so I gotta show it.
You disappointed us, Cole. My bad.
Like I had this lined up.
But they said I need therapy for saying that.
Crazy.
I don't know if y'all can see that, but let's say J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake right now.
And that's Drake at the bottom. I remember that.
And if you look at the very bottom, Drake is in the picture.
Yeah.
So we know who J. Cole and Kendrick are.
It's funny.
But LeBron James apologized, so now we done.
Oh, man.
Crazy.
Or whoever you want to be. Whoever you want it to be.
Is he Kobe or LeBron?
Let me this shit gonna be funny. Click on Buddy on the second row far
Who's
left.
that? Tariq Nasheed?
That's who it looked like, but it's not him.
Okay.
You said where? Right here?
Yeah. This is just funny.
Look, so this random dude comes to my house. He knocks on the door and he lets me know that he's been sleeping with my wife. So I ain't never seen the guy before, so I can't just take his word for it. But I listened to him. He gave me this long description. And after that, I went back inside. So I approached my wife with her. I let her know the conversation I had with the guy. And of course, she just kept denying it, said, oh, I'm not messing around on you. And I ended up just losing it, man. I kicked her out, told her she had to pack all her stuff, she got to go. It was crazy after all this time and effort I put into this relationship, and she can't even be honest and faithful with me. So like a week later, I ended up seeing the guy out at the mall, and I went over to him. I'm talking to him, and he had let me know that, you know, he and my wife went on a little short vacation. He showed me some pictures, and yeah, come to find out, it was this other girl I was fucking with. Look, so this random dude comes.
That's fucked up. but let me get Will Smith at the top. I'm gonna break it back around.
That's funny.
let me get Will Smith at the top. I think this is very poignant too. This is a good one.
A quick Google search says that your net worth is $350 million. Is that accurate?
I don't even know, man. I don't discuss such things.
As someone who's had money, lost money, then had it again bigger than you ever imagined. Are you good with money now? Are you working on getting better? What's your relationship like with money?
This is the downsize phase of my life. The first half of my life was gather. And the second half of my life is going to be, you know, give. Once you've bought everything you want, and there's literally nothing on earth that you want to buy, I just wish that was a gift that everybody could have, because there's nothing that material can do to satisfy you. When you realize that no relationship, that no money, that no kids, that like there's literally nothing that can make you happy. You gotta make happy in here. You gotta make happy in here with none of that stuff. It's not for the faint of heart.
Yeah. A quick Google search.
Tara G said Betty wishes he could buy his wife's loyalty.
Good grief.
I was looking for the JD show.
I mean, whether you like Will or not, whatever happened. I think that's a very poignant conversation. Nothing exterior in the world is going to make you happy. If you a sad miserable motherfucker, you gonna be miserable while you broke. You gonna be miserable while you got $1 billion.
You could be miserable while your wife dominates you and tuck you out.
You gonna be miserable while she fucking with Tupac too.
Or just have your daughter writing letters to him.
She said the message was good.
But I think, happiness for me, that's something that I've always said it's a choice. I choose to be happy. And that's what he's talking about. He's not, his happiness, $300 million. I mean, there's some shit he probably got to be sad about too, but his happiness comes from, he's at peace with himself. He's confident and he's, at least from what he said. And for me, my peace comes from, my happiness comes from, I can sleep with all my decisions. I don't feel like I've done people wrong, or at least when I have, I've tried to, rectify the situation. And, you can't rely on this world for happiness. You got to be your happiness.
I think Will Smith needs some struggle in his life. He's at that space where he's been like the hierarchy of needs. He's been at self-actualization for too long, I think.
I mean, take him out of it. I think the message was good.
Oh, then never mind. The message was good.
I'm just talking about the message. I'm just talking about the message. Take the man out of it.
When you get self-actualizing for over 30 years with 30 million, you get into some weird scenarios. It seems like that's what Diddy show us.
Separate the man from the music and just look at the
bills. Everybody show us when you get that money for too long, you don't be some struggle good in your life. Look my bad, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess to me, that's it. And it looks to me like he's still trying to find this thing. He's still trying to figure out how this thing actually works.
I don't think he is there. I don't think he is there personally, but
yeah, it's just giving
that message is a good message. That's a message that I have said before, and I mean, I think it's unfortunate that we getting lost in who is saying it than the actual message. But happiness isn't gonna come from the worldly things. You're not gonna find a relationship that's gonna make you happy if you're a miserable motherfucker. You're not gonna get enough money to make you happy if you a miserable motherfucker. Like if that's what's in your heart, that's what's gonna be. I've dated miserable motherfuckers. I was sad when I was with them. Break up with them, be like, damn, I ain't that sad. And then you look back and be like, oh shit, it was that motherfucker. She was like the energy, you know, you could be so miserable that you make the people around you miserable.
For sure.
And that comes from it's not like, because I was doing everything I could to make the motherfucker happy. She was just miserable. Nothing I could do was going to make her happy. When you get like people like that, you got to stay away from. Because there's some people, no matter what they got, they're going to find that the imperfection in it and dwell on it. And that's where, you know, where happiness has to be an internal thing always.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is, like, if I remember, y'all remember early first season, you know what I mean? I was actually trying to figure out what happiness actually, like, what that even looks like. Like, am I depressed? There's like, I feel like I'm going through this. And honestly, it's almost like at the place I'm in, that I am now, it's like, I think people define happiness for themselves differently than I define it for myself. And I think that, like, we also should see kind of like maybe everybody would define happiness for themselves differently. And we have to, and I think that any real happiness would be
yourself. Like, is it a physical thing? Or?
Oh, of course not. So like, it's definitely not a thing. It's not thing based. It's not thing based. What I realize is, like, as the man of my house, the happiness that I get and the joy I get is from leading my family and providing for them specifically. The things that I can do for them is what makes me happy. It's not like there's not a thing that I can buy that will make me happy. Like, I bought a lot of things. I'm not no $1 million
outside of your family. Thing. If like that aside,
can I frame?
You happy?
So what I
feel like I can frame it a little bit different. So if you get to a space financially where, like, you, I guess you know that, like, you, like, it's like to be able to provide part is in excess.
Mm-hmm.
Then where would you find your happiness at?
It would be with if the financial pretty much is in access. That means it would be from the time, the actual time with them, the people that I love, which what would make me happy. It's like, to me, honestly, my happiness is, I realize, like, that I am like what do you call? It's like, I guess what it is, I'm not so full of myself, like, to where I'm not the most important thing in my life. I'm actually down on the list quite a bit. You know what I mean? I'm not the most important thing of my life. So, like, and at first I thought that it was like me being depressed, and like, and what I realized is that, like, at the end of the day, I'm doing better when the people around me are doing better. If I'm up and they're not up, then what is that? That still doesn't benefit me or make me feel good in any way. So, like, for me, it is the work that I do for other people, and, like, yeah, the work that I do for the people that I love is what really makes me happy. You know what I mean? And it's like, shoot, it's funny because I even, like, pick about having, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna necessarily make you always feel good about calling me, but I'm privileged that you have the faith in me to come through, to pull through and help you, that you actually call me.
You one of them annoying good people.
Say again?
So you one of them annoying good people.
I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe so. But what I'm saying is that, like,
you again.
Oh no, I'm not just going to stand up.
You gotta what is it? You gotta, like, walk through, like, all of, like, the extra things, but you know they gonna come through with you. But you gotta trek through the whole, like.
Oh yeah.
Boy, you know it's a tough week, right? It rained on Monday.
Yeah.
You just want to fast forward the car. Right. I done went 30 minutes. All right.
No bullshit. That's definitely me. Well, now I ain't gonna say all the time, but, like, especially, like, my sister, I give her a hard time. I gotta help her move.
Annoying ass good person.
Yeah.
All right. We got one comment. Some of the happiest people I have known are dirt poor. It shows what you value when you can be happy regardless of income. People need to appreciate things they have more.
That's fact. Yeah. That's fact. I got one more. Well, two more.
Well, we got about time for 2 questions.
Well, they're gonna be quick. Be quick. Let me start. You gonna like this one, Tone? Second row, middle one, and it ain't no video. So, can you read that for me?
Russia has finally decided to allow the world into its oldest church. A lot of people are shocked to discover that all the prophets in the Bible are black.
Which I'm shocked that they're willing to admit that. I knew it. I knew that they were like, but the fact that like Russia is now like, hey,
I thought that was because I actually Google searched. They were talking about Putin gave this speech where he was saying that he acknowledged the fact that Jesus was black.
He opened up the thing and it was like a black Jesus.
Yeah, I
in the
seen
thing
it on
and
there.
he did that shit.
They said on Google that shit was fake.
Propaganda.
They said that shit was fake. I actually looked it up specifically. I was like, yeah, let me see.
Well, we can go to the next
I wasn't trying to put your flame out, but I definitely had Googled that specific one.
I didn't Google it.
Yeah, I had to go
took
and
it
look.
For face value.
And I mean, at the end of the day, I ain't
got T3 sending you memes, bro. T3 literally talked about this yesterday.
It was funny because like old head sent it to me, and my wife had seen it too. So I'm sitting here like, hold on, let me see.
Well, at least we got the.
I just said I didn't know because
it seemed like a lot of people have seen it.
A lot of people have seen it,
and so at least we got to touch it. At least we got to touch. And I'm gonna end on a lighter note. Go to the top middle. Y'all boys used to be out. Y'all used to be outside, boys.
What did you say? The top diddle?
Top middle.
Oh, okay.
Top middle. It's a Saturday night in 2013. You leave at 9:35. What's your go-to after hour spot? You doing Mickey's, Onyx, or Cameo?
Oh yeah, no.
I wasn't in Charlotte.
I wasn't either.
I wouldn't use.
Well, the answer is Cameo.
I thought the answer is
Cameo.
I thought the answer was Waffle House.
Probably.
All they had in Liz was headlights, bro. You ain't
y'all didn't have the wings out.
And I'm not a strip club.
Me neither. I've been to the strip club maybe like 3 times. But
I'm not twice, and I ain't go to like the bar. I went to.
I went one day in the middle of the day. That was fun in Jacksonville with the military.
I'm scared of niggas that go in the middle of the day.
Man, this is not my plan. I was on a work trip, but that joke was fun.
Hey,
I'm scared of niggas.
Hey, Free Steak Friday, men's club.
It was the food.
What are you trying to like entice? Like I don't know how much I care about eating and seeing like naked bitches.
Hey, let me tell y'all a funny story, bro. Right?
You would go for a free steak?
I'm gonna tell you a funny story.
If I had to, but like it's not my preference. Like
I like a free.
If
steak.
I can afford a steak without a female shaking ass in front of me, like I'm okay. Like I don't have a thirst. Like if I want to, like in my own comfort, look at naked people. I'm gonna look at some porn,
bro. But the answer wasn't Cameo because of the women.
Wait,
the answer was Cameo because of the food. But Cameo had the best food.
How about the answer? Just go home and get on the computer. why niggas actually want to be in the spot with a bunch of temptation and you can't do nothing?
Bro, you ain't never been hungry at 2 a.m. Like sometimes
I go to cookout,
go to Waffle House.
Hey,
I want to be around a bunch of shit that get my penis hard around a bunch of niggas, and I can't do nothing.
Hey, no, I've always felt the same way, bro.
Niggas is saints and they never been.
It ain't no saints, bro. It ain't no straight.
It ain't my thing. I don't go to strip club.
It's like making it a habit.
Hey, no, funny story. I went to a stripper party, right? This was back in the day, recording days and shit. It was at one of the studios. And dude threw a stripper party.
Oh,
and I had one of the homies with me or whatever. And
one of our guests was there.
Yeah. One of our guests was there. Facts. One of our guests was there. And we goes in there, whatever. And it's like 2 girls giving niggas lap dances and everything. And I'm just not. Built? I'm like very uninterested because I just. They were straight. Look,
they were straight built.
They were straight built. Both of them
not bare built.
No, they weren't bare built at all.
Bare built.
And then, but the funny thing is, like the homie was.
I heard a new one, Tobaccosaurus.
Tobaccosaurus.
Yeah, they said that.
Or Big Backtivity.
Another good one.
Hey, a Tobaccosaurus Rex just too.
It's
crazy. Too much. But listen, let me tell you, this is the funny part.
Oh no! I think the worst derogatory.
Let him finish.
But we was having a conversation at the festival about like how like worse these 2 terms are. Somebody say wide body. And if they said wide back, like she a wide back, that's kind of crazy. Like
that's like linebacker, bro.
Like if you address as a wide back, that's kind of crazy.
Well, I think wide body, I think hips. I think wide back, I think shoulders.
Nah, wide body.
If you
wide body, I call that's wide area.
Big Mama's house, bro. That's
yeah, but still wide back.
Wide back sound ridiculous.
Wide back.
Like wide back. Like I can.
Like she a wide back.
Like I can.
Imagine
I could maybe work with a wide body, but wide back.
Jeez.
There's a bunch of wide backs in there. That's crazy.
But look, let me finish my story. It's quick. So the homie was like, why don't you get you a lap dance? And I'm like, bro, I'm not finna go and get no money for no lap dance. I'm uninterested. So he pulled out like $11 and ones and gave it to me. He was like, bro, go get a lap dance. I was like, well, fuck it. If you gonna, you know what I mean, pay for it. So I'm getting the lap dance and like, I fucked around and saved this nigga like $4, bro. I ain't even realize. I was so uninterested that I didn't give her all of the money. I done saved this nigga $4 on the lap
strip
dance.
club penny pitching.
Yeah, I should have went back and just gave her the money. I just like, bro, like,
absolutely.
I just gave it to him. Like, that shit's just not my thing.
So like, as like I guess you a stripper,
so you
prostitute, escort, connoisseur.
Nah, you gonna go left.
So Johnny is our stripper, escort, prostitute, connoisseur.
Hey, hold on, man. You put a whole bunch of extra shit in there. Like, you put a whole bunch of extra shit.
Yeah, escort.
You put a whole bunch of extra shit.
Man, Johnny P a wild boy. OnlyFans.
I'm not, bro. I'm just living.
Escort.
Like,
He got
I
what this nigga?
I just be living, bro.
Hey, what you call a joint? Like to be tied down? What is it?
What, dominatrix?
Dominatrix?
Yeah. Dominatrix.
I'm not into that. No.
But
only if she a buddy, right?
Man, chill out, bro.
White queen forever, black bunnies. What?
Man, you was the one chilling for Caitlin Clark, bro. Stop.
But when we not talking basketball, who do you usually cheer for?
I'm black women, everything. You know my stance on it.
I just jokes,
you know
bro.
my stance on black women. I ain't gonna. Okay. I love them. You know, I love my black women.
You sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
Never mind.
Absolutely.
But move on.
Where was I trying to go to?
Whose questions we addressing today?
Yeah, I guess this is actually a very impromptu. We
I
call
don't even know.
We call this an emergency pod.
Emergency Monday, John.
Yeah.
I don't even know who.
I know. I have something, and I can lead off. We'll see if this one has legs, and then if it doesn't, we can kind of like pivot out somewhere. But over this past weekend, I had been thinking about recently, the socioeconomic thing has been like a very interesting thing, and I know probably I end up want to like broadening this conversation off to maybe like an unpack. So I think that this is a good little space to test a little of the waters to it, where like the divide. Last week we got into like the FBA versus ADOS divide. And I kind of like started thinking about like what are other divides that do really happen and exist within the black community, in which there's probably like some mending and conversations around. And where I landed at was the black elites versus like the lower income or first generation. And whether we want to say that's like the higher middle class to like lower class split, but whether it's like I brought it to like the idea of like college. Me going to college, there was an explicit split that you could always tell the kids that were second, third, fourth generation college kids and the first generation ones from like their majors XYZ, but also from just the way they carried themselves. And it was always like a little bit more of an air to them.
But was there a real split? Did people like actually separate themselves based on those lines, or would you just see second generation college students hanging out with first generation, or was it there a separation?
I think that outside of like the range of where they like overcompensated. So like I had a friend that like he tried to do nigga shit because he was from like upper middle class, and so like he would like always try and like overprove himself. So then like that was his way to make sure that he was accepted inside that space. Right. But then I also know like a lot of them that they're like it can be very snobby-ish when it comes down to dealing with like first generation, like because reality, if you're first generation, like a real first generation college student or first generation, there's so much that they know that you don't know. And there's so much bumping your heads and uncomfortability and shit like that. And at times that in like I know for me that was like its own path of like looking and discerning and seeing. And I do think that there is a divide between middle class and like in general there's always a divide between middle and upper class and lower class. For sure. But I think with blacks it's its own specific thing because of like the nature of black in America and systematic racism and like us trying to work together and all those different things. But that's the framing of the conversation. Johnny, I see you nipping at the bit. You got something to say?
No, I mean, like,
Middle class correspondent, what do you think?
I'm middle class. I think the elites should be the ones apologizing. I feel like.
Do you think that there's a difference? Like, do you think that there's?
I don't think it's.
Well, I guess I know. And okay, all right.
I think it's more socioeconomic. Like when you were talking about like first generation college, second gen. I don't know, but we're talking about like the elites of black community, like the.
I'm only talking. Truthfully, I'm kind of talking about like middle class.
So you're talking about the division
like a strong middle class.
amongst like upper middle class and like lower middle class and poor people. You're not even.
Yeah, but I think usually like middle class.
It's middle class and poor people.
Yeah. Like, so I'll ask this question, and
I don't
maybe
think there needs to be no apology
a,
from the middle class to poor people.
I'll ask this question, and we'll see where it goes. Real, have you ever felt resentment towards, quote unquote, the blacks that have?
Have I ever felt resentment?
Resentment, jealousy. It's a bunch of different little things that you kind of put aside like that.
That's a good question, but
I don't think there was anything really in my heart, but I've made the jokes and shit. You know what I mean? Oh, he don't know where he come from. You know what I mean? He come from there, like he don't come from where we come from. So you know what I mean? I made like the jokes, but nothing in my heart for real. I guess like
not it's not like a malicious like capacity,
like maybe jealousy.
But like whether it's like these people being inside a 2-parent home, what that would be like. These people having
I can give a good example.
And like the fact that like maybe I couldn't do these things. Oh, this person thinks that they're better than me because of like whatever these different little experiences and things are. Have you ever had like that if you've been inside like a mixed socioeconomic space?
I ain't really too much been in so many mixed socioeconomic spaces. Like growing up, you know what I mean? And even like where I reside now, it's like, you know what I mean? I kind of.
But so then when you venture out of that space, then
I won't present.
Not just as an adult.
I mean, I don't necessarily present like, you know what I mean. You ain't the way that I present ain't necessarily gonna make you believe that I come from anywhere different than you do. You know what I mean? So I don't really fall.
Like specific. I think we're all adults and we're all kind of like within the middle class range.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about right now. I guess I was speaking about more when we were younger.
Well, I can definitely say like when I was younger, there was like the jealousy of like seeing even living in the hood and seeing people that were able to get things that I wasn't able to get. But like definitely seeing like the 2-parent household where generally that 2-parent household dynamic, it actually creates the children in general are a lot different. Like I noticed that like the men that come from 2-parent or like young men that come from 2-parent households, they actually have it's like a natural
it's a balance.
It's a natural confidence. There's a level of a natural confidence that you will see that us that come from single parent households will more loudly project the thing versus it being just a natural confidence. Mm-hmm. So like I think we have to learn the confidence different than the people who come from the 2-parent households. Mm-hmm. I think that like I'll say there has been like jealousy or just the wish to have had the experience of
like I know I've had like uncomfortability. Like I was at the festival and I ran into my it was a dude, he played in the drum line. He's from Warren County, but his dad was a lawyer. And so I actually asked him this question because I was like, damn, I've been thinking about this. So we was just sitting in line for food and we just kind of would like food lines at the festival was great. So we was there for about 45 minutes. But so like we ended up having like a long conversation. But he was like one of those people I like in thinking of the conversation I had in mind. Dad was a lawyer, second generation college kid. In which him going into college, he had guidance.
Right.
Like, and you could see it. Once I found that out, I was like, oh, that all that shit makes sense. So then I was able to ask him like, damn, like what lessons of financial literacy did your people give you? Like what would you say are some of the differences being a second generation college student? And go ahead.
Well, no, I mean, because like, I guess because I'm second generation college kid. So I mean, there's certain things going into college where, you have more insight on it. Like I've seen my sister go, I've seen my parent and all of that go in. But like, and so I understand how like somebody who might not have had that has like a level of resentment or, whatever we might call it. But as the person who comes from that, and like on the flip side, how am I supposed to like, when I come into a space where there might be people who didn't come from the same background as I, am I supposed to dumb myself down and act like I didn't? Huh?
Have you?
There's times where I have. There's times where I haven't. And I've navigated that throughout my whole life.
But it's like a space of uncomfortability, though.
But it's something I have to navigate. And it is.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like, I guess that's the root of where I'm trying to get to. It's like,
but it's like, how much
to be a little uncomfortability.
But like, how much should I dumb myself down?
I don't know if it's necessary
to be with people. But it's like,
you're getting to the conversation.
But sometimes if you don't, you'll feel a resentment because you're not dumbing yourself down. Like, there's certain times you go back to the hood, because I refuse to dumb myself down. Now you feel an issue with me, and depending on what kind of respect I have for that person, I may, next time I come around, I may, I know how he feel. Let me dumb myself down a little bit, just so I can feel comfortable. I can feel comfortable in this space.
That's the middle class struggle of it,
and,
I guess.
And it's like, but what justice does that do to our people if I'm coming over and I know and I'm dumbing myself down just to fit in with y'all? Yeah. Like how does that benefit any of us?
Before you go, I want to hear Tone's perspective on this too.
Oh man, I ain't gonna even front. I've just been sitting here working.
I guess I'll just lay it out really quickly to you again. Do you think that, or have you noticed any divide on whichever side that you might have sat on, of like the lower class and middle class Black divide? Whether it was like uncomfortability, resentment, you didn't see anything like.
Okay, so I will say, I grew up a little bit different with some of the experiences that I had. Mm-hmm. I was in the church heavy, and there was a range of different folks within the church that I was around. I didn't realize it at the time when I was younger, but that range of things that I seen, I didn't really think so much about that because like I was in rich people's houses, like rich Black people's houses, didn't realize where I was at. I didn't think anything of it.
You ain't put no extra stuff on it. It was just what life was.
Yeah, it was just what life was. So it was never a thing. Like they was just as nice to me. Like we was kids. So of course they used to spoil us and different stuff like that. But like even with my
time when like you go back to the crib, you be like, damn,
Mama, how come you ain't?
Yeah, no, and I think that's
I guess to some degree, but it I guess it wasn't a thing for me so much, bro. It was like I was very grateful for what I had.
That's important. Gratefulness, no matter where you're coming from, is an important thing because you can be poor and be ungrateful. You can be rich and be ungrateful. It's still ungratefulness, which time you can be poor and be grateful for the things you got. You can be rich and know that you're blessed and be grateful for the things. But that's what we need to. The ungratefulness that's the red flag when it comes to like these type of.
I'll say if anything, my experiences came maybe from holidays. Like holidays, I might feel it sometimes. I can say that might have been the only times I did, like especially like Christmas.
And I don't know if like you maybe you're like going at it at a different space. I'm more so talking about peers. Okay. Like when it comes down to like interacting with peers from like different socioeconomic.
Okay, I can think of I get what you're saying.
So like with Johnny, he was talking about like.
Nah, I get what you're saying though.
He would have to dumb himself down.
I'm not saying no names, but like just some people in my high school class I can remember like that was.
Oh yeah, matter of fact, y'all had the Black Snobs.
Yeah, exactly. We had that, yeah. And that's exactly what I was thinking about.
That's what they called themselves.
Yes. I'm glad you said that.
Oh, they hated y'all niggas, bro. They was sick of y'all.
They was like elitist Blacks.
They was sick of y'all niggas.
The thing about it though was like
this was at Barry.
The thing about it was though, like some of these people I had individual experiences with before we was even in high school, or like different. Like one of the main guys, Baker. I'm just gonna say that if you can think of whose name that is. But me and him went to camp together. We went to a technology camp together. Had no idea he was actually a humble guy, but it was like he was he got adopted in the group, and it just blew up.
Different. Hey, and you also probably be different because actually. Prior to I kind of put you into the middle class, but like you was a smart nigga in high school. Like you was a smart about your business nigga when I first met you. So I kind of grouped you over with them, so I could see how even a simulation would be a little bit easier.
At the time,
you was a little bit like more intellectually abreast.
At the time where you had met me, I actually had just came out of living that lifestyle to a degree.
It makes sense.
So it was like my mom was, when I was in middle school, my mom got married to this guy who was my teacher's son. So my teacher became my grandma, and she was pretty good with her money. And like I was with her all the time. So it was like I had got you like she had a nice house and everything. She had,
you was a teacher's pet.
It wasn't no teacher's pet, bro. That junk wasn't cool. Like on top of this, she was the teacher who was like the strictest. Like everybody was scared of her. Everybody respected it. Like it was 2 teachers that we had that everybody respected. You don't play with them. She was one of them. So like she was very. I'm actually thankful that she was in my life. When I was in middle school, it used to aggravate me because I couldn't be like everybody else.
Oh yeah.
Like I want to like
you
remember when everybody was wearing,
held back. You couldn't. Yeah.
You remember when everybody was wearing the slouch socks and everything? She wouldn't let me do that. Like stuff like that. She wouldn't like.
She was wilding.
I couldn't be caught around the school sagging. She know all my teachers and they scared of her too. So it's like I got to be doing good in school. But on top of that,
look over.
She's also the person who took me to go get my first bank card. She's the reason I went to a leadership camp in Colorado in the mountains. I wouldn't have dared write an essay to go to this leadership camp if it wasn't for the fact that she exposed it to me. And even that same camp I was telling you I met old buddy at, she's responsible for the fact that I went there.
And see, like all of this makes sense to the point of what I was saying. That's why I said, like, when I think about it, you in high school, when I first met you, was that like it all this makes sense. And why like you probably would have been able to like easily assimilate to them. But then, like you bringing up the Black Snob, I kind of had forgot about them, but it literally was that like that group of like the young middle class.
Did
kids
they call
that
themselves that, or is that what y'all?
That was
called
like
them?
their name.
Yeah,
that was like their crew name.
Oh,
it's probably to be honest, it was only 2 of them who I would say was actually like snobs. It was, like the other ones, I knew a lot of them on personal levels, and it wasn't like that.
What neighborhoods were they from? Like, how did they go to Barry and be like middle class?
Barry, you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, so you could have been from like the other side of town, and
And then the thing about it, some of them who was calling themselves Black Snobs was broke as shit, bro. Like
that's what I was getting to. Like I was like, are these people just faking?
No, probably. But to me, it's still like the elitist.
Yeah, it was an elitist mindset though. They're like,
but you can't have an elitist mindset.
You remember the triplets? The triplets was a good example of who would have made me feel some type of way.
And they're funny because Rihanna, but the 2 boys, they were extremely elitist.
Yeah,
just in how they carried themselves. I know you. It seemed like you was about to say something.
Oh no! My only thing is I ain't really been around a lot of it. You know what I mean? So I haven't really experienced it myself. You know what I mean? I haven't been around a lot of like what I would say is people that were so much more well-to-do than my family. You know what I mean? As far as peers having children and people that I would have like kicked it with and stuff. Like they ain't really have a lot of that. So I can't really think of anybody that I'd be like,
I'll say this.
They were doing very well and we were doing fucked up. Generally, everybody around me was kind of doing the same type of, and it was really.
And so you never like really had like those interactions with like middle or upper middle class blacks like that.
In my family, you know what I mean? In my family, but they didn't necessarily. It wasn't like that. I didn't really have that experience much.
Like I'll say this as a person that's like true middle class. Like we weren't rich, we weren't poor. It was regular. Like is that I've been in the situation where like
that's a bad spot to be at too.
It ain't really the best spot to be at. Cause I'm about to tell you why. I'm about to tell you why. I've been in places where, oh, you're rich.
Yeah, I was just about to walk there.
You're fucking. Oh my God, I can't believe you have been. And then I go around really rich motherfuckers,
and they look,
and I'm poor.
Yeah.
And so as a like. I think a lot of times the people don't talk about that with the middle class. It's like where like it's almost like the black person that acts white, where I'm too rich to be in this, or I'm too well-to-do to be in this space, but I ain't got enough money to be in this space. So I'm just like literally in the middle. But there's a sense of arrogance you might get on one end, and there's a sense of humbleness you're gonna get on the other end. And that's why I always say life is about balance, because you're not either one of those extremes. That you're not poor like the rich people think you are. You're not rich like the poor people think you are. You're an average motherfucker. And I think a lot of time when we're talking about people based on extreme perspectives, they're not going to be able to properly see you based on their perspective. And so when you're talking about the elites ain't going to understand how us normal people act, because they have an elitist mindset. There's a lot of struggles and stuff that they're not even abreast to. The poor people, they're not going to understand how an upper middle class person operates and thinks, because they haven't been exposed to a lot of the systems and protocols that, you know, happen when you become middle class and stuff like that. So I think we always have to be cognizant of the balance. And
Right,
and always keep that perspective in mind when we even having these conversations, because you could be the rich to somebody and poor to somebody else, and that's gonna be matter in how they treat and how you even react.
And I also say, like, going to what you were saying, like one of the things I definitely learned was just treat people like care about people for being who they are.
Who they
'Cause
are.
that was one of the things. It's like
Not
don't
what
nobody
they
want
got.
you up in their face like, oh, you got money, you can do this or whatever. But a lot of the time, if you're not looking after that, them same people that sit there and look out for you, you'll look out for them in different ways. It's like it all end up working together.
And so I want to throw, because this is probably like the building question to this is because in me noticing like that divide, I often notice the prescription for solutions for our community tends to be different depending on almost like the class system. And at times, sometimes black middle class sound like white liberal.
Mm-hmm.
Black lower class sound like white conservative.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting.
But that matters though, like, because the solutions for both people are going to be different. If you're here, the problems that you're facing are going to be different than somebody who's not on the same playing field as you. And the solutions, like if you're down 20 in a basketball game, you're going to run totally different plays than if you down 2. Like, and so, like, I think the starting...
Possibly.
The
But I mean, like
spot,
here's the reality. Like, when I was talking to my boy Roland, at first he was like, well, I'm going to just tell my kid to do what like he's passionate about. There's no way in hell that there's a lower income family dad that's going to tell their son that. Like, just only do what you want that you're passionate about. Like, those things don't exist.
But like,
and like he ended up like walking it back a little bit because he was like, ah, damn. But like there ends up being like a really interesting like seesaw things of privilege that ends up being.
But my thing is,
whether
like,
it's prescription of like how to get everybody out, or you know what I mean. Like I said, I just thought it was interesting.
But like, I mean, but like, bro, every advice, it's just like what I said like earlier, like about college. There's no one size fits all approach to none of this stuff. So like, if somebody in the middle class asks me for advice, my advice is gonna be different than if somebody from a like who hasn't, who is trying to get to the middle class. Like, my advice for that person is gonna be totally different than somebody who's already in the middle class. Mm-hmm. And so it's like you have to have the appreciation. But we can't just treat everybody based on these social economic differences that we understand and have so clearly like kind of spelled out in the differences. You can't talk to people like the same when they're on those different levels. Like the things you say to somebody on this level, if down here, they're not gonna get it. And the things you say to somebody down here, they're not gonna get it up here on this level. So you have to tailor your approach. It's something I learned in sales. Like you mimic your customer. So like if I'm talking to somebody, I'm gonna try to meet them where they're at and talk to them in the language that they understand and in the way that they understand.
I think that like effectively described the divide just then. Like you didn't like. It's like I think that ends like the condescension of what you just said is kind of like the exact thing. But yeah, that was it.
No, that's all I had. That's shot all the bullets.
I think that's good timing. We getting towards 3 hours and it's Monday.
Tone say he ready to get the
I'm
fuck
ready,
up out of here.
bro. I'm ready to eat. I'm thinking about food right now. I'm ready to
You
go
ready
eat,
to get
bro.
up out of here? It's we doing after hours. So this overtime for the boys.
Definitely.
We appreciate y'all for tapping in. We appreciate all the comments, all the love, the like. Please hit the notification button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, tap in, tell us what you're thinking. Follow us on all social media at D2BFest Show. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. I am your host, Johnny P.
Over here, real.
It's Q.
And we out.